yesterday? Lisa?
Your call has been forwarded to voice.
I'm just going to shoot her a text message. I'm going to say, hey, Lisa, just checking in, seeing if you found that in your email okay, and if we're all signed up. Thanks so much. Looking to open escrow shortly here. So I spoke to her about an hour ago. She said she saw the email. I just need to follow up with her and see if she actually signed the contract here. Yeah, we did. If you are new here, we did a wholesale deal from start to finish yesterday, live in front of you. It's a very rare occurrence that this happens. Sometimes we get the seller to sign right then and there. This time we got seller and buyer to sign right then and there. And I'll give the address on it too. So, my TC just texted me. Not sure what that is. Anyways, the address on this, the deal that we did yesterday, and I'll tell you, we made $3,000 in about 45 minutes, and yeah, it's a very small assignment fee, but it's just a very rare moment when you do something start to finish. So, I'll break it down because it's not going to happen again for a while that I sign with the seller and sign with the buyer live. But I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened here. So here's the address on the wholesale deal I did yesterday. All parties have signed, so it's really really rare to get a deal start to finish in one day. You know, taking the seller from I don't know what's going on, I don't know what we're going to agree to signed contract to call the buyer, then buyer signs the contract, which is kind of insane. Can you help me pay my student loans? You know, I paid off $45,000 in debt in about 3 months of wholesaling real estate. I know you could do the same. It just comes down to the buyers you have access to and what they're looking for and whether or not you can find them. Now, 514 Valderia Drive is the address of the deal that we did yesterday. This is a scenario that many of you will find. And I gotta tell Andrew something. Yo, Andrew. He's busy. Send video to Max today. Call from yesterday. Anyways, we got this under contract yesterday. Here's the seller situation. Here's how we did it. Again, if you'd like to follow along with us and you're watching on another platform like YouTube and you can't see my screen share or TikTok, Instagram, the address on this is 514 Valderia Drive. 514 Valderia Drive. The seller is in a bit of a predicament here, a common predicament that we see from time to time. Those two words don't really match. Common and from time to time. Anyways, she owes $230,000 on her mortgage, right? The house is worth about 220. You understand? She's just not going to make any money on the sale. If you owe 230 and you sell for 210, 220, even if you owe 230 and you sell for 240, you still don't make any money on the sale. The reason is because your realtor commissions, right? Your realtor commissions take away from the profit that you can expect to see. So in this scenario, we spoke to the seller and I said, "Seller, how much would you like to get for the property? How much would you like to get for the property?" And seller says, "I would like 235." You guys remember that? Now, how did I go from her wanting 235, which is more than what she owes, essentially saying I want to make 5K, to we're going to accept $0 down? Well, I took her asking price and I agreed to it. And I said, okay, 235. So if you list with a realtor, you are going to charge about a 4 to 6% commission. You're going to get a 4 to 6% commission, and yeah, you're going to walk away with about negative $5,000. And then from that pivot point, we were able to say, okay, so what if we take over the debt for $0 down, so that you don't have to bring any money to the closing table? We got her to agree. We got her to sign the contract in probably about 45 minutes, like start to finish, got her to sign the contract. And then I proceeded to sell that to a buyer in real time. Now, I just heard that the buyer has viewed the assignment agreement but hasn't signed it. I'm going to sell this to somebody else if she doesn't sign it. So I'll give her a call. What if they have a mortgage? They do have a mortgage. So they owe exactly what the house is worth. They owe 230, they're asking 235. So they're not going to make any money on the sale. So she gave it to me for $0 down.
Your call has been.
Yeah, I'm going to text her. I'm going to say, hey, saw you viewed the assignment agreement but didn't sign. We'd like to open escrow today. Is everything looking okay? And hopefully she signs the assignment agreement. I was under the impression that she already signed it, but we found the buyer. The buyer viewed it. She hasn't signed it yet, but it was really awesome to see that from start to finish. And that was the deal that we did yesterday. Um, or before we did that, we spoke to a private money lender and we were able to raise some capital. We were able to raise some significant capital, about 1.2 million for flipping houses. Now I have a fix and flip that I'd like to buy. Address on the fix and flip I'd like to buy is 3731 Tyler Street in Detroit, 3731 Tyler Street in Detroit. And I got a very interesting counter from the realtor this morning. The realtor told me a previous counter of $68,000. Um, and I got back to him and I said, well, wait a second. Your counter is $68,000, but now you're adding $10,000 EMD. That's right. That's right. The seller wants to do a 68K cash offer, or we're doing $68,000 with $10,000 earnest money submitted. And I'm thinking to myself, the lender pays for the entire purchase price and rehab, but generally speaking, I pay for the earnest money deposit. So in order to buy this, I have to drop 10 racks? Huh? And I countered him and I'm like, look, I'll put down 1500 EMD. Standard EMD is 1 to 3%. So, first, what I'm going to do, why not gatekeep and reduce competition? Excellent question. Almost every single deal that I do is found for me by a student of Hold My Hand Wholesale. Almost every one. Not the most recent one we're talking about now and not the previous one, but almost every other one before that. So, recent example to illustrate this claim. One of the last closings we saw was our deal on Pinehurst and Auburn Street. And Pinehurst and Auburn Street was found by a guy in Egypt. I had nothing to do with it. I made a call to the buyer and I was able to keep 40% of the profit for selling it. 2 days before that, I was showed a deal on Joanne Street. I was able to call the buyer, sell it for $10,000, and that closed. Joanne Street address is going to be 18418 Joanne Street. So over the course of about, I don't know, 3 days or so, 3 deals closed from other students that I didn't acquire myself. And I was able to keep 40% simply by selling the deal, which is really awesome for me. So if I teach other people how to do it, not only can I monetize the teaching aspect of things, but you guys can also find me deals that I can sell and take a piece of in exchange for selling it. It's called a joint venture deal. We're going to be talking to a student today. He's actually on stage right now. His name is Facundo, and Facundo, he lives in Argentina. He got a property in Cleveland under contract, and I pitched it to my buyer yesterday for $18,000 as an assignment fee. I would keep 8 of that, or I would keep about 7 of that, 7,200. He would keep about $8,200 of that. Or no, he would keep 10,800 and I would keep $7,200, totaling $18,000. Um, it's just excellent. I didn't find the deal. He contracted the deal. He made the calls. I get to sell the deal. I get to keep part of the profit. It's awesome. It's the best model possible. So that's why I expose it. Because on my own, maybe I could do 3 or 4 deals per month, but with all of my deal finders, I can do 20 deals per month, right? My team is able to close 15 to 20 deals per month, which is really, really awesome. But all of those deals come from other people. So it's like I have my little hunters. My hunters are out looking for deals. They also find me fix and flips to purchase. Now, the predicament that we were talking about is um, they're willing to sell me this property, but they're only taking a 2K discount, which I yielded. I yielded to the 2K discount. But they're telling me they need $10,000 earnest money. That's not standard for a 68K purchase. 10K EMD is not at all standard for that sort of purchase. So I'm gonna do two things here. Um, I'm gonna call the realtor and I'm gonna say, why do you guys need $10,000 EMD? I don't understand. Do you need 10K EMD to do this deal? That's absurd. That's ridiculous. I really hope that this is not the case. I'm gonna be giving him a call right now and I'm gonna negotiate that number. Right? It's just ridiculous.
Hello.
Hey, I can do the 68K that they countered me at. That's okay. I just wanted to see what I could get there. We're not far off.
Okay, hold on. They ended up accepting the 65, and we sent paperwork off to you
Great, even better. I
several hours ago.
How interesting. I'm looking at an email that says 7 hours ago, seller has countered your offer.
No. Several hours ago.
Okay, okay. Is Rosemary Rigby somebody on your team?
Yes, she is.
Okay, understood. Okay, 65 works. 10K EMD on a 65K purchase, huh?
You know, they want to make sure you're going to close.
Have you ever
But
seen?
I don't think you need to read the addendum. Is that what she said in the email?
The last one I see, maybe it's not showing up for me. But the last thing I
look at that. Look at the paperwork she sent you. I think they softened up on that.
Okay, good, because I was like, man, this is making my heart race. I really want this deal, but to be honest, my lender pays for everything, and I typically pay
Yeah,
EM.
I don't know. You know, I had a guy just give me $100,000 deposit on a $400,000 sale.
Wow.
So
Wow.
you know, he wanted it.
Yeah.
The only reason he got it is he had the $100,000 deposit. Otherwise, he got beat out by 2,000.
Yeah.
That guy wanted to give a thin deposit, 10 grand. And they're like, hell, heck no.
Well, I'm glad we got the price accepted. Now I guess it's time to negotiate the terms of it. Before I try to change anything about the 10K EMD, I guess I'll see what EMD they put on here, and I'll ask my lender if they're okay paying EMD, because normally I just front the 1 to 2K in cash myself.
Yeah, I think they changed it to 1,500.
Oh, perfect. I will literally submit that immediately. So earnest money deposit, 1,000. Oh, wow. My hero. That I saw that first thing in the morning, and I was like, oh my God, no way they need 10K for this. This is crazy, but perfect.
No, they would not pay the 3% commission, so you got to pay a 0.5% on your end.
That's fine. It's fine. So what is that? 0.5% on
65. I don't know.
It's fine. I was gonna do 68. Yeah. Good. Great. Well, this is great news. I'm very excited. I wanted this one bad. So let me go ahead and get this thing signed here. I'm just gonna read through the document really quickly, make sure it reflects everything we discussed, and I'll go ahead and get it signed.
Okay. Now, one other thing. I mean, do you represent are you somebody who works for one big company?
No, I'm a sole proprietor. Well, I guess that's a legal term. I'm just an individual. I have a firm. It's called Grannon Taylor Properties.
Do you have anybody else working on your team?
Yeah, I've got about 25 employees, but the operation is not what you'd think. I'm an influencer. I'm a content creator, so I've got about 1 million followers for real estate investing, and I film a lot of my fix and flip process, my rental process. When I do wholesale deals, I film the wholesale process as well, and I just sort of talk about that. So most of my team members, they're not like contractors or title people or whatever it may be. It's like editors and film people.
The reason I ask is somebody else submitted an offer on a different building.
Yeah, they're if they mentioned me in any way, shape, or form, it's not that they're on my team. It's likely that they're in my program learning how to do the same thing that I do.
Okay, because they mentioned it was the same company.
They're not. So there's nobody supposed to be making offers on behalf of my company. You can say, hey, do you own this LLC? Catch them in a lie, give me their phone number, and I'll call them and say, so why are you lying to this agent about owning this LLC?
Okay, and I'm not trying to call anybody out. What I don't like in life is conflict.
That's fraud. I mean, that's fraud. You know, saying that you're part of my.
Communicate with. I just don't want. I don't want one person from one company making an offer.
Yeah. No,
so
what's going on there is this. I instruct people that before flipping a house, you should be a wholesaler. You should be a wholesaler. You should find a fix and flipper their next deal. And we have about 7,000 members in the program, and some people take that as, okay, perfect. So I'm just going to use Richard's LLC to make offers. And I'm like, but whoa. You can't sign for my LLC. You're not me. And there's only 2 members that can sign for my LLC, me and my business partner. So, you can tell them that I said that. And if they refute that, I give them a call and I'll record that call and send it to you. But yeah, that's fraud, man. And I hate it when people do that.
Okay. And I'm trying to keep the ship moving in one direction.
Of course. Well, yeah, let me move on this contract here, and I will go ahead and get EMD submitted and send you a receipt of EMD. I'm not too concerned with which title company, so I'll agree to whatever you have on here. I just need wiring instructions from that title company. Usually I have to call them, and they have an encrypted thing to get the wire info.
Right. I'm not sure in that package. I think what happens is you submit the offer, and then they generate the wiring instructions to you.
Excellent. Let me go ahead and get this signed. Glad to do business, and I'll probably be ready to purchase again in about a month.
Okay, sounds good.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Communication, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I just really wanted to follow up on this because I know this is a competitive opportunity.
Yeah, there's a lot of activity. activity. So if you get that back to me in the next half hour, I'm going to send it over to them and I'm going to pen it.
Oh, it'll be back to you in the next 10 minutes or so.
Okay. Yeah, well, Rosemary might get it, but you've got my email as well. If you could copy both of us on it, that would be great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh,
And
that's electronic.
yeah. I don't. It's just gonna go back to you.
I misspoke. I apologize.
It's all good. It's all good. We'll talk, man. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Guys, I'm so hyped to flip this house. This is not a wholesale deal. I'm taking title on this right now. So this ain't no wholesale deal. Ain't no wholesale deal, okay? This is a fix and flip. And how much am I going to make on the fix and flip? Well, I'm going to sell this for about 160, but I might list it on the MLS because all of the duplexes in that area are selling for 180,000. Let's sign this contract as to not cause any delay, but I am giddy with excitement, shaking right now, even though I broke my foot less than 12 hours ago. Very, very excited because I'm going to make, I think I'm going to make over $50,000, guys. I'm going to make over 50K on this. I've got 3 others in progress right now. The next one closes in about a week. When I say closes, I don't mean closes for me to renovate, closes for me with the end buyer. Address on that is 15820 MUIR, Merland. I leak addresses. I constantly give addresses, guys, because who's to say that that's not a paid actor, right? Who's to say that that's not a buddy of mine? Who's to say that that's not my dad faking this operation? So address on this one is 3731 Tyler. And then address on my fix and flip that closes with my buyer for $33,000 profit is 15820 Merland. I'm about 4 weeks from completion on my single family. I'll make about 60 there, 55 there. And then I'm about to finish my property on Sanford, which has to be inspected. So I can't really tell you when that will close, maybe a month and a half from now. But it's just great, guys. It's just great, man. I'm doing about $100,000 every 3 months flipping houses, and I'm doing it virtually. So we're going to go ahead and read through this contract. Just make sure that there's nothing predatory, but I doubt it. Bro's been great with me. What do I mean by predatory? $10,000 EMD due in 1 hour. Like that's some crazy shit, but I don't know what else could be on here. I mean, he already told me about the commission. You know, these things, I mean, I don't think there's anything predatory on here at all. I'm just scanning this document. Purchasing an as-is condition, 0 days for inspection. Seller will be paying buyer side broker 2.5. He said 0.5 point. Oh, and buyer will be paying broker side 0.5 commission. Okay, sure. And I was ready to do 68,000. We got 65. How weird is that? How weird is that, guys? I'm looking at an email right now from them that says the seller has countered you at 68 cash. Did they have a change of heart? What do you mean? Look at this. Look at this email. This is from 7 hours ago. Good morning. The seller has countered you at 68 cash 8 hours ago. And then I call him and I'm like, I could do 68. And he's like, they accepted 65. Okay. All right. Okay. Keep in mind, with wholesaling, it's about the discount. With flipping, it's about the deal. And the deal is 5K below list. I don't care. I don't care. You know, maybe my ego cares how far I am below list, but a deal's a deal. A deal's a deal. So we just got one done. I'm going to call my private money lender after I sign this contract. So this looks good to me. I see no issues. If Chad, if you'd like to see the contract, I'll show you. Here's the purchase agreement here. How do I become one of your scouts? Click the link in my bio, join Hold My Hand Wholesale. Look how many people are watching my screen right now. Get 137 people in the audience. That could be you. Y'all could be watching my screen too. So this is the contract. We e-sign it, meaning we just sign it as you've probably signed. I mean, a ton of businesses use this, right? So we're just going to sign this here. Instagram. I bet you guys are curious too what that contract looks like. I did some bird dogging. DM me and I'll shoot you some properties. The thing is, I got 7,000 deal finders and Hold My Hand Wholesale. And if you want to become one of those deal finders, great. Where are the snatch pearls today? I forgot them as I was on my way to urgent care. So yeah, this is the contract. It's just a purchase agreement. If you're curious about what this looks like, how do we sign one of these things? And do we have to read through everything in here? No, you don't. This is a state-approved contract. It's prepared by the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development and then outsourced to the Greater Metropolitan Association of Realtors. So they oversee it. There's nothing predatory in here. This is the basic document from the United States government for real estate purchases. So there's nothing predatory in here. So I go through, I sign it like this. and then it immediately sends it back to the realtor. The realtor gets the seller signature, and then we're good to go. Now I have 2 private money lenders I'm working with right now. I'm going to call the first one and find out if he's ready to do a deal. If he's not ready to do a deal, I'll call the second one. I don't know. Who should I use? I'll let you guys decide. What happened to your foot, bro? Information on my Instagram story. Do you always get 100% financing? On my fix and flips, yes. That's a relationship-based thing. On seller financing, no. Almost every house I own, seller finance, I had to put a down payment down. Almost every house I own, mortgage takeover, I had to put a down payment down. I've only ever purchased 2 properties for $0 down, but I've wholesaled maybe 15, 20, right? Aiden, I hit a celebration after having an awesome pickleball victory, and that celebration was jumping over the pickleball net. Quick little jump over the net. I jump over the net. It's about 3 feet tall, and I guess I'm getting a little too old for such activities. And my foot, this left foot lands planted. The other one lands kind of like this, and then it goes like this, right? And then this metatarpal bone breaks in half. And it was interesting. Pain on that break, it was like 7 to 8 out of 10 pain, not like the craziest in the world. Like I was like, oh, that hurt really bad. But I was on my foot again in about I don't know, 3 minutes after that, like hobbling with the help of my buddy. And then I get home 30 minutes later, I take my foot off, 0 weight can be put, or I take my shoe off, 0 weight can be put on it. It's just destroyed. Next day I look full of bruising. I head over to urgent care. They x-ray me, and this equivalent in my foot. This, how you have a little bone right here? That it's just, which is crazy work, crazy bad timing. I'm 3 weeks out from stepping on stage for classic physique and men's physique. That's my sport, bodybuilding. And we're stepping on stage with the boot. I'm going on stage with the boot, and I'm hoping for the pity victory. I'm hoping the judges are like, yeah, that's dedication. Here's the win. I'm definitely going to stand out for it, Okay. So we've signed the contract. Very happy to hear that or see that. We're going to call my private capital. John True Private Money, giving John a call here. Do I still get to buy your house on Saturday? Which one is that? Are you buying Selma or Clifton or Valderia? There's a lot of them. Or Merland. Probably not buying Merland. Nervous to reach out? Well, the thing is, you could come and hold my hand wholesale.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Oh, Georgia house. I have a house in Georgia I'd sell you for free. $0 down in Texas. Yeah, so I'm going to send your information to Juan just in case his person doesn't. So I'm going to send this to Juan just in case. Juan can DM you. He's a wholesaler I'm working with to get this sold. Juan, here's a backup buyer right here. That thing's under contract, man, but it might not be under contract. Juan, what's that status on that? Is that guy backing out?
No, I just talked to him. He said he's cool with the trust. So I texted Jeff to get everything started.
Cool. We'll send you a backup buyer just in case that falls through.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
Huge. Yeah. Unfortunately that sold. I do have another one though. I've got one in Georgia I don't want anymore. I'll sell it to you for free. What's your pickleball DUPR? What does that mean? I've only been playing for a month. I don't know the terminology. Okay, so that's signed. Let's call my private money. I can't wait. And I'm also going to clip this. Andrew and Jalen, my editors. Clip. Fix and flip offer accepted. Call with lender after acceptance. Call with agent and contractor. And deal review. And deal review to illustrate profit. So excited. Such good money. Such good news. So John True Private Money. Well, he didn't pick up the phone. I'm going to give him one more call here. Got my offer accepted. I am under contract. I'm just going to call this guy one more time. Okay, well, I have one in Georgia I'll sell you. I've got one in Temple, Georgia. It's 45 minutes outside of Atlanta if you're looking somewhere else. 14 Villa Rosa Lane. Photos on Zillow. 14 Villa Rosa Lane.
Your call has been.
Okay, he didn't pick up. I'm gonna have to move on to the next lender, unfortunately. I gotta move on this quick. Dan Lender, we're gonna give him a call. Hopefully he picks up. This is gonna be great for content. Man, come on. Let's get it under contract. Okay, come talk to me on my stream Saturday, tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going live on my other group, American Dream Project, and I'll be able to help you there. Yeah, you can do this from Nigeria, but it's harder.
Your call has been.
Damn, none of my lenders picking up. Come on. I will get. Okay, so I'm gonna Dan Lender, and then we're also looking at John True Private Money. Hey guys, offer accepted on this property. Now let's look at some comps. 65K, close of 65K, buy, 32K rehab. Oh, he just texted me back. Can you call for content? So close of escrow is 918. He just texted me back. Checking close of escrow, 918. Just going to confirm 918. 3 days EMD deposit. Looks like it says $1,000. That's crazy. Where's my close of escrow on here? 918, 918. I swear I saw 918. 9/18. Damn, where did it go? Did you guys also see a 918 closing? Oh, he can't talk right now. That's unfortunate. Effective addendum closing September 18th, 918. Okay. September 18th, 918 should be no problem. He texts me back, says he can't talk right now. 918 should be no problem, my private money lender says. So we are off to the races. This is great. Excellent. Another fix and flip going to be in the books. Now let's review the profit figures on the deal. So why am I doing this? Well, one flip makes more money than the average American, actually above the average American, makes in an entire year. So what would you rather do? Work 40 hours a week to make less than I make on one flip, or do one flip where you don't ever touch a hammer, don't ever touch a saw, don't ever touch drywall, don't ever see the project, don't ever enter the state in which the project is in. Don't ever use your own money to buy the property. Somebody else funds it for you entirely, right? This flip is going to make me, well, fill in the blank. We're going to figure out how much it's going to make me. So first things first, let's run through the rehab budget. What do we need? We need windows. We need brick. It's called masonry. We need windows. We need masonry. And we need probably refinished floors in some rooms. We need a new kitchen, but we can salvage a lot of this stuff right here. And I'm going to show you the photos of the house. So a lot of you wouldn't view this as a fix and flip because it just is not that bad. So this is the exterior, right? This is the interior. Going through the photos, right? The kitchen looks to be fine, but as you go deeper, well, that's also totally fine. That's also a brand new light fixture in there. So the rehab ain't shit. Look at that. You see that? That's a brand new bathroom, but there's a couple spots in the house that need work. For example, zooming in on the masonry, you see the brick that's falling apart right there? That needs to be fixed, right? And then the only thing that I didn't love about this deal, the only thing is the photos make it look like we need a new roof, but my contractor says we don't need a new roof. I hope my buyers come to the same conclusion so that I don't have to spend a surprise $12,000 for a new roof. All right. Now my renovation, it's going to cost me approximately $32K, but am I going to ask for $32K from the lender? Nah. I'm going to ask him for about $37,000 to $38,000. Why? Because shit happens, guys. Stuff happens. Stuff goes wrong. And you know, it's unpredictable. It's a 100-year-old house. So we're gonna pour some concrete as well, but that's part of the $32,000 he's quoted me. Maybe some new light fixtures. LVP looks good, new windows. Kitchens are largely okay, guys. Largely okay on the kitchens. Bathrooms are okay too. Now, how much can I make off this bad boy as a 6'3" duplex? Well, I'm going to go ahead and reset all my filters on Zillow and I'll show you. Check this out, guys. So here's the house, 70K right there. And I'm going to show you how much I'm going to make on this, okay? So we're just going to draw around the general vicinity. This is in Dexter Linwood. Dexter Linwood is a neighborhood in Detroit that I've never been to and will never go to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the opportunity right here. Check it out. Here's the opportunity. Here's the house, right? Now what we want to do, can I see that lender's info? Maybe in Hold My Hand Wholesale, bro, but that's a private money lender. Private money is a relationship-based lender that does not extend to other people. But I show you how to build private money with the call that I did yesterday that you're welcome to go watch on YouTube. Now, it's important to note that we're a 6'3", 2,600 square foot duplex. I think I might drop out of Hold My Hand Wholesale to join your other project. That's okay. You know, it's not for everybody. If we click sold, right, we're a 6'3" duplex, 2,700 square feet. And we go to multifamily properties, right? And we look at these multifamilies right here. Well, let's go ahead and find another 6'3" duplex. Well, is that a 6-bed, 3-bath duplex? No, I'm not buying it at 70. I'm buying it at 65. Is that a 6'3" duplex? No. Does this have 2,700 square feet? No. Does this have 2,700 square feet? No, it's got 1,500 and it's a 6'3" duplex. It sold for $300,000 and it's one of my neighbor's houses. Let's keep looking though. Here's a 6'2" duplex with 3,300 square feet for $260. Here's a 6'2". Oh my God, we're wholesaling this house right now. Look at this. We're literally wholesaling this house and this is one of my neighbors. That's crazy. So this is actually for sale right now. That we're actually going under contract with that. That's kind of insane. One of my students that's a 6'2" duplex for $250, $225, right? This is pretty similar to me right here, $225. So it's very fair to assume that I could sell this for over $200K. I honestly don't think I'm going to be selling to my current buyer. I think I'm going to list this for $200K on the MLS. Because look at these comps, guys, right? Look at all those comps. It's just unbelievable. Look at this one. It's a 4.2 for $200K. We're 10 times the property that this is. And I'm picking it up for 65. So how much money am I going to make? Well, let's assume that I sell for 190. We'll assume that I sell for 190. Pick it up for 65. I put in, oh my God, the lender's not going to charge me any origination points. It's true private money. It's just a dude with cash. No origination points. How unbelievable is that? If you're in real estate and you know what origination is the fee for finding your loan. No origination, no points. So my closing costs will probably be $4,500 from the title company. So I put in $4,500 closing costs. I have interest payments of $3,000. I don't pay those payments. They get put on the back end of the loan. And then I also have a rehab budget of $32,000. So I'm in the deal for $104,000. And if I sell the deal for $190, I don't have a buyer for $190 off the top of my head because of cash on cash return purposes, but I can list on the MLS, which I probably will be doing. And I'm going to go ahead and assume a 5% commission because my realtor's awesome and she'll hook me up. And we'll walk with 180 and we'll be in it for about 104. So how much does the average American make per year? Probably 50K, maybe 60K, right? On this fix and flip, if I get 190, which you just saw that a 4.2 sold for 190, you just saw a 4.2. No, it didn't sell for 190. I'm lying to you. I'm sorry. A 4.2 sold for 200 and it's got 900 less square feet than us. 900 less square feet sold for 200. And I'm assuming that we sell for 190. You understand? 190 is pessimistic, guys. 190 is a great price for a buyer. So we're going to subtract our all-in cost. Our all-in cost is 104. Holy shit, guys. I'm going to make $75,000 if I get my price on the MLS. If I can't get my price on the MLS, I'll make $45,000 with my end buyer because I have buyers that'll pick this up, but my buyers want wholesale prices and my wholesale prices are going to be about 160K, whereas MLS price is about 190K. What's the difference? I'm going to have to wait for that money. I'm going to have to wait. I'll have to sit on the MLS for about a month. I'll have to sit there for about a month. Now let's call my contractor and tell him the good news. Ask him how long it'll take to finish the project. Love it. I'm going to send a video breaking down the job. It's an easy one. Okay, let's show. This is the deal of a lifetime, guys. 75K in 3 months, and I've got 3 others running. Whew. You're going to see me in a 296 GTB in the next year. Mark my words. Okay. All right, John. So this is the property right here. It's listed for 70K. I just had my offer accepted at $65,000. And key thing here is most of the work is exterior. That's the exterior of the property. We got some brickwork. We're pouring a new concrete pad. We're putting on new windows. When it comes to the interior of the property, maybe 10 or 15K, if that, right? Picking it up for 65, right? You getting your money back depends on whether or not I can sell the deal. I have a buyer off the top of my head for my finished product, but check this out. If we look at multifamilies that have sold in the area, these are not relevant multifamilies. They're much larger. But as we scroll down, these are relevant. I'm 2,700 square feet, 6 beds, 3 baths. That's 3,300. Sold for 260. Sold for 247. Sold for 250. 6 beds, 2 baths. I'm 6 bed, 3 baths, but much more square footage. Scrolling down, this is an identical replica to what we are. 225 right there. That's sold in May 28th of 2026. Scrolling down even more, 7 beds, 3 baths, 2,600 square feet, 218, no new roof on it too. Continue to scroll down, 212, 215, 205, 206. And because I really want this to go well, look at this. This is a 4 bed, 2 baths, 1,700 square feet for 200K, right? And it's the neighbor's property, right? This is that property. Our property is about right there. So this here, it's the perfect deal. You know, you can just see so many insane comps. And you know what I'm listing it for? Despite all of these comps in the 200s, 190K. So I think we should have absolutely no problem getting that. And then the buyer off the top of my head, if I just sell to one of my buyers in my existing network, they'll pay 160 and I'll make $45,000. But I'm going to shoot my shot on the MLS, which should take me approximately 1.5 months to identify a buyer. Just because I think if I sit on the MLS for 1.5 months, I'll be able to find that buyer to pay $190,000, and I should be able to make significantly more. Okay. Just sent him that. And that's just to my private money lender. Now I'm going to call my contractor. Wow, we do a deal every day here, guys. I've done 3 deals in front of you this week. We got one on Monday, and then we got one yesterday, and we're getting one today too. Except for my Monday guy is ghosting me, as I predicted he would. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I got my offer accepted on Tyler at 65K.
That was great. That's a good house. That's a real good house. I like that one.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, I'm excited. So question, are we pouring concrete on this?
Pouring concrete as far as where?
The driveway's all cracked and gross.
No, I didn't try to support no concrete because I know you'll be selling it as a rental. If that's something they might want, we can see.
Well, I'm going to look at the comps really quick. I'll tell you if the other ones have new concrete on them. So looking at a couple in the area, I mean, this one is the neighbor's house. It's got a cracked driveway. I mean, I don't know. I guess
most of them in Detroit don't have cracked driveways, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
You ain't really getting to do a rental with a brand new driveway. Sometimes Section 8 or the inspectors will have us just smooth out the cracks if it's trip hazards, but they aren't really too much making pour no new driveway.
Let's aim to do that. Let's aim to do that because I don't want to do this stupid back and forth that we always have to do. But I'm looking at all the other comps. None of them have new driveways. All the driveways here are looking pretty shitty. So yeah, let's I mean, is there a halfway solution to a cracked driveway?
You just smooth over all the trip hazards. We cleaned it up real good, cleaned all the vegetation out, and then it's really just the trip hazards. It's not so much the cracks that they really get you on. It's when it started lifting. It's a trip hazard. They want you to kind of like smooth it out with some concrete.
Yeah, so let's pour concrete in the gaps. Let's just smooth it over. We'll mend all of the gaps, make it real pretty.
Yeah, once I get it cleaned all up and the vegetation down, then I'll send you a video and show you basically where they're going to want us to pour some at. Then I can have them do that once we get started.
Excellent. Close of escrow on this is going to be on the 19th of September. And then the appraisal inspection happened on Merlin today. So hopefully that went well, but I'm sure it did.
Okay, great.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess just get me a formal rehab budget on this, including the smoothed out driveway. And then you said the roof was good. You don't think we need that roof?
The roof was good. Me and the guy that showed it to me, we was both looking at it and he agreed the same thing. I didn't think it needed a roof. That would be something I would let them ask for if they're going to ask for it. I wouldn't just go ahead and throw it on there. It didn't look terrible. It didn't look terrible. I didn't see no lifting shingles. It was at an odd angle on some spots, so maybe if they take a drone up at the top, it may be some up there. But from what I can see, it was perfectly fine.
Okay, cool. All right, then I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm thinking I go the MLS route on here because comps go all the way up to 225, and maybe I can access a higher price point if I list on the MLS.
I would say if you're gonna go there, we're gonna have to upgrade some of the finishes over there. It's good and livable, but to go at that rate, you might need to upgrade some of the finishes. Yeah,
because I think we can get. I'll be honest. I think we could get $190,000. So I'm willing to do slightly nicer finishes here. But I'm looking at these properties. They're just multifamilies. They're not even that nice. So yeah, I mean, let's aim to do slightly nicer. Nothing like Tracy. Nothing like that. Just slightly nicer here. Aiming for an MLS exit because my buyers, based on cash return, will pay 160. But as I look on the MLS, comps go above 200, like well above $200,000 for this. So I kind of want to at least shoot my shot on the MLS and then use my buyer as a backup.
Okay, what I do is I'll put you two packages together. Nicer finish and then a basic finish, and you just let me know which one you want to go with.
And for a multifamily, I mean, what's the difference in nicer versus basic? Understanding that it's still a rental.
So, like the cabinets we got in there, they functional, they good, but when you want to go nice, you want to probably replace them. Same in the bathroom. You got a tub, you might want to glaze it. If you want to go nice, you might want to put a newer one in there.
Okay, understood. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe we could spend another $5,000 to $8,000 to make it slightly nicer than normal.
That would have to, but you got to remember, you got 2 bathrooms, 2 kitchens.
Bathroom's already done.
Yeah, so they done, but to make it slightly and get that number you asking for, some of that stuff you might got to replace.
Oh no, I don't think so. I'm gonna send you a picture of this bathroom. This thing is stunning.
Okay, yeah, send it to me.
Because it's brand new. Check this out. So I'm gonna send this to you right now. You'll see it on the phone. Here we go. So this is a tile shower. This is no insert. This is a tile shower, and this thing is brand new. So that's a brand new bathroom in there. I wouldn't imagine we have to do anything with that.
So, which house is this? Not the one I looked at, right?
It is.
Nah.
It is. This is Tyler Street.
Tyler. Which one is Tyler? No, this is not the bathroom over there.
I'm gonna send you this.
No, definitely not the bathroom over there that I seen.
If that's not the bathroom, then they literally just put a fake photo on there.
Yes. Go look at the videos I sent you. We got both bathrooms. Let me look. Now you got me tripping.
No, I think this is, man, because I don't think they would just take it.
I'm finna screenshot it off the video.
No way.
You talking about that duplex I just want to see, right?
I just sent you the list. I sent you the listing. You scroll down, you see the bathroom.
That's not the bathroom over there.
I don't.
100% not the bathroom. It's not even set up that way. It's not even that format. I'm about to send it to you. I got them both on my phone. I found one. I'm gonna show you the format that it's set up in because it's like the tub is the long way. They both somewhat look like what I just sent you. So if that's what you're saying, that's not right.
I even see this. I even see the same doorknobs. They have the same doorknobs in the house. I think it is right, man. I see the exact same golden doorknobs. They have a unique type of doorknob. It's a golden color doorknob.
Let's take a look at this other bathroom.
And that is a new bathroom you just showed me. That's nice LVP and a nice vanity.
This is the one. The inside of the tub. You gotta watch that video I sent you. You gotta watch that video I sent you because the inside of the tub is all painted and ate up in the inside.
I mean, it's not a deal killer for me or anything.
No, we still gotta do some work in them, but that's just not the bathroom that they're displaying. I'm about to show you the other one. I got both of them. It's a whole different like setup. They both set up the exact same way.
I'm watching
to the toilet.
I'm watching your video right now.
So I just sent you the other one. I just scrolled through the video. Yeah, that's two. That's not even under there. I don't know why they put that on there.
Let me ask the agent about it. But it's fine. We'll still proceed, but I just want to ask him about that.
And then this kitchen, that's not the kitchen either.
What?
Is it the kitchen? Hold on, let me see.
No way. No way.
Let me see. Hold on.
No way they just uploaded fake photos. I don't believe it. Let me call.
Let me cross-reference. I don't want to say that about the kitchen. Hold on. You're going to see a lot of houses at a time. Okay, so that kitchen is set up in that style. Yeah, that's not even the kitchen, Richard. That's two different kitchens.
Let me call the agent. Let me just ask really quick.
Yeah, it's not even set up like that. That kitchen and bathroom, the last one, is not set up like that at all. It's still a nice house, but it's not set up like that at all.
I'll just call and ask. But to clarify, house is in good condition. You walked the house. It's in good condition.
Yeah, it's in good condition.
Okay. Well, it doesn't change anything for me. I just don't understand why they would use fake photos of it. But you walked the property and you said it's in good condition, so we're fine.
Yeah. It's definitely something doable for a reasonable price where everybody make profit. I would say that.
The profits there. We're picking it up for 65 and it'll sell for 190. I just don't understand why they'd use fake photos for that. But I just don't get it. I just don't get why they would do that. Let me.
That kitchen layout is not even laid out like that. It's just the upstairs kitchen is just a straight countertop. The floor is a little bit darker. Yeah, I don't know where I got that picture from.
Okay, I'll call. I'll find out, but it's fine regardless.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We'll talk. We'll talk.
All right.
So yeah. Bro, what? Why would they do that? It doesn't change the deal at all, but why would they do that? What? I'm just gonna look on PropStream to see if there's any different photos. Because maybe we could just catch him red-handed really quickly. I just want to ask, like, what is that? Okay, so I'm looking at bathroom 1. There are different photos on Zillow or on PropStream. So here's kitchen 1. And then I'm going to look at the other kitchen to make sure. We have a black oven. Black oven. What do we have here? No oven here. Okay, so no oven here. Those are the cabinets. I'm checking my... Those are the... No, that is the kitchen. That is the kitchen. That's the kitchen. I can literally see it. I can see 2 different sets of photos. So that is the kitchen. I don't know what my contractor's on about that one. We can literally see it's the kitchen. So check this out. These are the real photos of the property from March 2025. These are a different set of photos than Zillow. completely different set of photos than Zillow, right? As we look into the kitchen, there's no oven here, but I want you to notice the countertop, and then I want you to notice the cabinets and the sink. Pay attention to the sink, pay attention to the cabinets, pay attention to the lines on the wall, right? You see that? Pay attention to the flooring, and then there's Zillow. You see how that's the same, just with an oven? Same countertop, same sink, same floors, same cabinets. So that is the kitchen. That my contractor is wrong about that. See, here it is as well, right? That's the second kitchen. So it's not that it's busted. I just don't understand the bathroom discrepancy. That is the kitchen, but I got to ask about the bathroom. So really quick, I'm just going to give him a call and ask really quickly. And it's not AI. It's just a different photo. There's no AI. Your contractor walked it. You didn't. I know. That's why we're calling the agent about the bathroom. People are like, "You're getting scammed." Did you forget that we walked the property? Are we slow? Are we like not hearing what he said? We walked the property, guys. We inspected the property.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
I'll just call and I'll ask him at some point. None of it matters. We've already walked the property. It doesn't even matter about any of the photos. It's just like a big why. It's just like a why. How is he wrong though if he told you and you got photos? Well, the kitchen angle of the kitchen looks different, but it is the kitchen. It is the kitchen. But he is right. The bathroom does not appear to be the bathroom unless that bathroom's in the basement. What I'll do is I'll grab the two photos and I'll say, bathroom from our walkthrough, bathroom 1 from our walkthrough, bathroom 2 from our walkthrough. And then I'm just going to text the agent, Tyler. We're all signed. Quick question, though. Is this the real bathroom? And I'm going to take a screenshot of that. It's on the listing photos, but when we looked, oh, maybe it's the third bathroom on the walkthrough. These showed. I'm gonna ask. That's the third bathroom. It's got to be the third bathroom. It's probably the third bathroom. Hey, we're all signed up. Quick question about the property. Maybe you know off the top of your head. Is that
Bathroom. I don't know where that's coming from.
That's not the bathroom?
No.
Oh, okay. No worries. We checked it out. It's still in good shape. But so you know, that photo's on the listing.
I'm looking here right now. I'm gonna take it down because that doesn't belong there.
Yeah. All right. No worries. No worries. We checked it. It's still good. I just was like, I was talking to my contractor about the project, and I was like, yeah, the bathroom's already done. We don't need a bathroom. Like, look at the bathroom. And he's like, that's not the bathroom. And I said, what do you mean? That's on the listing.
You know what? That was an error on my part, is all I can say. But I'm gonna take that down right now because it's definitely not. You know, the bathrooms are decent. But
Of course, and I saw it. I saw it. And then my only other question here was, is this the kitchen or one of the kitchens?
okay, let me just click through the photos real quick.
Bro, what?
If you don't mind, sorry.
No, it's okay. We're all good. We've inspected already. We're fine. I just was talking about the project and figuring out what we're doing first with my contractor, and he just brought that up. So I was like, yeah, let me ask.
Okay, so there is one picture of the kitchen there that is correct. That's the one with the black stove in it.
Okay. I see that one. And there's two photos of the kitchen. Is that?
Yeah, the other one, I don't even know where the hell, excuse me, where these are coming from, but I'm going to remove that right now.
So so that's not the kitchen.
No, but they both look like the one with the black stove in it. The first black stove. Picture number, if you're going through, you go to the beginning. You got the front, living room, dining room, kitchen. That's what the kitchens look like right there.
Okay, yeah, it's fine. I just was like, what is that? What's going on here? But we've already inspected, so it's all good. We're all signed up. Yeah, I just wanted to ask about that.
Let me just see.
Hey Isaac, what's your address? Give me your address. I might call you next.
Yeah, I took other pictures today, and that photo number 3 or 4 is the accurate kitchen. So there's 2 kitchen photos. There's one where there's a stove with cabinets on the left and the right of it.
Okay, it's all good. It's all good. No worries. It happens.
Cool. No, I appreciate you pointing that out to me, though. I don't like making mistakes.
Yeah, it's all good. There's no change here, so we'll move to get this closed.
Super. I already sent your docs out.
Okay, thanks so much.
So they're turned on the other end.
All right, talk soon.
Thank you.
Bye. All right, contractor's right. I thought it was the 3rd bathroom. He showed me 2 bathrooms. I thought it was the 3rd bathroom. Contractor's right. I'm gonna call him back and tell him he's right. He's like, no, that's not the bathroom, man. Yeah, you're right. I just talked to the agent and he was like, I don't know how that got there. And I was like, okay, so is that the kitchen though? And he's like, oh, I don't know how that got there either. And I was like, what do you mean you don't know how that got there? But yeah, but to confirm, you checked it out. It's still in good enough shape.
Yeah, it's good enough shape. It's not a deal breaker, but if you thought you was getting that bathroom and that kitchen, I would say they gotta come down some on them because that's something like. Because you're looking at a brand new bathroom again. We looking at a bathroom we gotta do some work to. So, yeah.
I don't think I can. I've already signed the contract. But it's okay as long as it's in good shape. It's in good shape.
No, it's not terrible. It ain't like we gotta go in and gut the whole kitchen out. We'll be able to make it work.
Well, all right. Send me those 2 estimates.
Okay, I'll send them to you.
All right. Well, thanks. Talk soon.
All right, bye.
I'm gonna have him take off the broker fee. I'm not paying that. Hey, can we take off the broker fee for that mishap there?
If you want, I can just withdraw the offer. It's not an issue.
Well, I don't want to take off the offer. I want to do the deal, but I do feel a little bit bad that the photos were fake. You know, and
that was not intentional whatsoever.
I know, but I'm paying some of your commission and the photos are fake. I feel like I don't want to. I'm happy to pay the price and not change anything, but like the commission side of things, I mean, you know, like I'm paying for essentially to be manipulated.
Well, I don't operate that way.
I know it wasn't intentional, but you see my perspective on that.
I met your man there and took him through the building, and
I'm just asking if you can. I'm not asking your client to change it. I'm asking if you can eat it for the mistake.
What are you looking for me to eat?
There's a 0.5% of your commission. I think it's probably $500 or something like that I'm paying. And I'm not having your client pay it. I'm wondering if I cannot pay that since there's a misrepresentation of the condition of the property, whether or not
it's $325.
Are you cool eating that? I'm sure you understand where I'm coming from on it. It's just like a principle thing.
Yeah, and I don't mind just removing the offer either. If you don't want to proceed, I'm not.
There's no not wanting to proceed. I want to proceed.
Right.
I was just calling my contractor. I was running through it with him, and he's like, "That's not the kitchen, and that's not the bathroom."
Yeah, and my bad. I'm not saying that. I mean, ultimately, that comes down to my responsibility.
So I'm wondering if you're willing to do me that courtesy. Of course, it's not that big of a deal. It's more of a principle thing.
Right. Okay. So if you want to send me an email and say I acknowledge that there were 2 incorrect photos in the MLS and that they've been removed, and would you be willing to waive the 0.5%? Just send me something in writing.
All right, I'll send it to you in writing, and I'm not saying your seller pays it now, so I don't want to go back because if I know your seller's going to say no. I know they're very firm on their numbers. It's kind of something I'm asking you.
I saved you $3,000 on the flip side too, though.
Thank you, thank you, and I don't hold this against you. I know.
Coming back to me and you're saying, hey, you know.
Well, I just feel a little. I know it wasn't intentional, but wouldn't you feel a little cheated? I know you didn't mean it.
Here's the one thing that's really different today, and I get where you're coming from because you're buying these based on photos, and he took a ton of photos and videos. I'm assuming he shared those with you.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so it's not like
It's not a deal breaker. I'm gonna close it even if you can't remove it. It's more of a principle thing. I just that's all.
Send me the email and I'll probably soften up over the weekend. How's that?
All right. I'm not telling you I'm backing out. Please don't think that I'm backing out. That's not at all what this is. I just am like, man, that doesn't feel good. And now I'm paying this guy.
Well, we all got to make money in life, but what goes around comes around, and I get it. It was not a.
I know, and it's no problem. And if the answer is no, the answer is no. I just seeing if we can remedy this.
Send me the email, and once I get everything signed, I'll probably draft an addendum.
All right. Again, please don't withdraw the offer. I really don't want that. That's not at all what I want.
Okay, send me the email.
All right, will do. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
It just puts a bad taste in my mouth. It's not about, oh, I need to make $300 more, and I will yield if they refuse. But like, what am I paying you for? To lie to me? And maybe it wasn't a lie. Maybe it was an accident. But I don't want to pay part of your commission to lie to me, bruh. Like, it's a clear misrepresentation. He had a bit of an attitude there, which, whatever. But man, I'm telling you, I'm going to agree no matter what. But I'm also like, out of principle, I don't really want to pay you because what did you do? You misrepresented it to me on accident. I get it. Maybe you have a lot of listings. Maybe a photo slipped in. Maybe 2 photos slipped in. Maybe 3 photos slipped in. Whatever it may be. But to clarify, I will not be removing my offer, and I will be proceeding with the document we signed. It puts a bit of a bad taste in my mouth, knowing that 2 photos showing important parts of the rehab were fake photos. I'm asking the realtor to remove my portion or remove the 0.5% of his commission that I'm paying. It's a principal thing, and he doesn't have to agree to it. But I just spoke to him, and my perspective is that I feel poorly paying him commission when the photos weren't entirely accurate. Again, if the answer is no, I will proceed. You know what I don't like? What I don't like is that he took that as, well, I can just withdraw the offer. We're not going there, man. We're not going there. And this is why Gen Z is elite. Gen Z is one of the best generations. And why? Well, we go on social media and we learn about things like therapy and mental health and treating people with respect. And that just wouldn't fly. That just wouldn't fly with my friends. When you do something wrong and then you flip it and say, "Well, I could just withdraw the offer entirely." That's called being toxic. That's called being toxic. And I'm not backing out of the deal, but that's not how um that's just not how I do business. And I think he's going to yield, and I will yield if he doesn't yield. Again, if the answer is no, I will proceed as planned. Um, anyways, recipients, BillAdamsRealty.com. Here he is, older guy. And then Rose, and that's sent. So, it's fine. It's fine. It's just like, come on, bruh. I've learned about how to treat other people, and I don't feel like he has as well. So, just treat people with respect. I'm gonna call my editor because this makes for good content. I'll check out your address in just a moment, man. Just a moment. Hey, really interesting clip just now. We caught the agent. He even yielded. He said that I signed the contract. So you see me sign the contract, got my offer accepted, and then you can make this into a really interesting video. So celebration, got the offer accepted. Yes, so excited. I call my contractor. Contractor says, "That's not the bathroom, Richard." And I said, "What do you mean it's not the bathroom?" And he says, "That's not the bathroom." And there's a photo on the listing it's not the bathroom. And he says, "You know what? That's not the kitchen either." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he says, "Those are fake photos. That's not in the house." And, I was like, "Huh?" So I call the agent and I'm like, "Is this the bathroom in the kitchen?" And he's like, "Um, w I no, it's not." And I'm like, "So what are we trying to do here?" And he's like, "It's an accident. It was an accident. It was an accident." And I was like, "Okay, well, I just agreed to pay, like, part of your commission, man. Imma be real, just out of principle."
Bro, I'm dead ass gonna make that viral.
I told him, I was like, "I don't really wanna pay part of your commission." He's like, "Well, I can just withdraw the offer then." And I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. I'm not saying to withdraw the offer. I just feel a little cheated here, and it's not that it kills the deal for me. The house is still in good condition, but I will be honest, this just feels a little bad that I'm paying you to misrepresent the condition." And it was not a really argument. I'm very passive here because I don't wanna lose the deal, but he wasn't very passive. And, I think it is an excellent, excellent clip to show.
Sounds good, dude. Yeah, I'll make that.
Absolutely. All right. Talk
All
soon.
right.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, one more thing. I'm gonna tell you one more thing. Hold on. I'm gonna call him one more thing. To clarify, these are about an hour apart. So there's the initial call, and then an hour later we discover this.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. All right. That's all.
I'm
Thanks.
writing it down.
See you. Bye. Whatever. Whatever. I feel like I was pretty professional in that scenario. I feel like I handled that with more respect than was due. I sent you my address. Look up. Okay, we got a couple cold calls here. Isaac says he also sent me his address. Isaac, I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Can you put it back in the chat? I'm not. Oh, I see it. I see it. I'm gonna see if your house is something I can help you with. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. East Sandra Terrace. Where do you live? Phoenix, Arizona. I can help you. Oh, is that a mobile home? Isaac, is that a mobile home? Because Isaac, I can't find buyers because your house is not really a house, it's a piece of land with a vehicle on it. So, man, if that's a mobile home, man, I'm gonna be real, I can't sell that. Yeah, it's a mobile home. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I can't wholesale a mobile home. Correct me if I'm wrong, it just looks like a mobile home to me. I just it you know, I these things, you can't even insure these things if they're pre-1974 or '78, I mean. But more importantly, part of this is a desirability factor, and in it being a vehicle on a piece of land, makes it hard, right? Okay, so somebody else sent me another address, Berna, just to confuse, or just to confirm, are you the owner of this property, Berna? Berna, just let me know if you're the owner of the property, and then we can check it out. You sent me an address to look up, because I'm an address or your address. You sent me my address. I see my address. I'm scrolling. I'm looking. My address. Where is that? I don't see it now. I don't see your address, man. You'll have to post it again. I'm sorry. It's just too far up now. Hello, what is the topic? We're doing real estate. Oh, you're a wholesaler. No. You know where to talk to me if you're a wholesaler, right? One with the dogs. Yeah, the dogs made a mess in the property. We're cleaning it up. Don't worry. Can someone help me check comps? Yes, sure. Anyways, we're gonna talk to some more people now. So we have a student out of Argentina, and yesterday we wholesaled his house for a potential $18,000 profit. I wanted to talk to him. How you doing today, man?
Hey, Rich, I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm doing okay today. A little injury, but other than that, I'm okay. I'm gonna call the buyer right now and see if he's ready to walk it. Okay.
Okay, fingers crossed.
All right. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm okay. We've got Lamson contingent right now. Just wanted to see if that client you mentioned yesterday had interest in that awesome duplex at a huge discount.
I'm waiting on a reply, Zach. Let me actually double check on that here in a moment and give him a ring.
Yeah, let him know about the equity in there too, because this is a listing that's been on Zillow for like a week, and we're already 50 below. So you've got some he's got big equity in the deal.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Let me follow up on this real quick.
Awesome. Talk soon.
And thank you, Sierra.
Yeah. Hey Richard, how do I upgrade buy box? I tried and it didn't work. Well, I'm already upgraded on my end, but there's a support button. If you go to support, you can talk to them, right? Because I don't know, because I'm already upgraded on my end. All right, so he's gonna call me back, Facundo, and we will yeah, we shall talk.
Sure, I'll be around. Thanks.
Absolutely. Next is Juan. Juan, what's going on, man?
Yeah, the people in the chat were asking, when you were talking to that realtor and you told them that, oh, ask that other person if they own Grandin Taylor LLC and stuff. Everyone in the chat was like, oh, so we can't say we work with Richard, or like,
you can, but you don't.
Better clarify like what they can or can't say.
Hi, I'm presenting an offer on behalf of Grandin Taylor Properties. You're not part of the company, Doug. More so, I am presenting an offer. I don't ever say my company when I'm presenting an offer. I'm presenting an offer. And if they're like, well, are you wholesaling it? You could be like, yeah, I'm going to wholesale it with Richard Taylor. Richard Taylor has a buyer for this. I'm going to wholesale it with him, right? We're going to partner together. Am I part of the company? No. Guys, if you need to mention other people, if you need to name drop to get your deals accepted, don't. That, Juan never has to do that, right? Right? Sora never has to do that. It's just like, present your offer professionally. If you sound like a child on the phone and the only way that you can get deals done is by name dropping other people, come on, bro, get your negotiation under control, and you'll be able to not lean on me so heavily. But also, it is fraud to say that you are part of a company that you are not part of. We may partner on the deal to wholesale it, but you got to be transparent about that. It's not that you're part of my company. That's not it, right? Just closed, got one done, closing table, 45K deal. Another one closed and funded. Christopher, you got 45K deal? Come tell us about it. What's that?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, wow, $45,000. What's that from?
Dude, so that was a deal. I called an agent. She gave me a pocket listing. She's actually supposed to be sending me another deal. I worked on it for about 2 weeks. The day we got it under contract is the day we assigned it to a buyer. We had a 45-day closing, but we ended up closing in like 14 days.
Wow, and you got so it's a pocket listing, and you assigned a pocket listing for 45,000 assignment.
100%. We have another 25K deal closing on Monday.
No
And
way.
then we have a 15K deal closing on, I believe it's Tuesday.
What? Wow, what's that? What's the address of that 45K that just closed? That's insane. Oh, hold on. This
So
agent,
what, 45?
the agent's calling me
So
back.
I am driving, but
Hold on, the agent
Go
that
ahead.
agent's calling me back. Just a sec, man. I'm sorry, I got to take this. This is that agent. That agent. Hello.
Hey, it's Bill Adams.
Hey.
I sent you an email, and I also sent you a doc believing the 0.5%.
Thank you.
Again, my apologies. It would never, ever be my intention
Of
to
course.
mislead anybody. And my goal is based on how you've operated, is to hopefully be selling you more properties. down the line.
Yes. I'll buy again in a month. And I know it wasn't intentional. You probably have a lot of listings and the photos got mixed up or something.
I don't know how the heck that happened because they're usually come out in order. Okay. I mean, it would have been one thing if there was one at the end or something. I really don't know how that happened, but it did, and I apologize. And I did send you a doc there, so just sign that, and I'll sign it, and I'll send it to the seller because everything's got to be acknowledged by all parties.
Of course. I'll go ahead and sign that now. Thank you.
Good deal. Have a nice weekend, and hopefully we can. You said you'd be ready in a month for another one.
Yeah, multi or single. I'll do both.
We'll have one that make sure it has the correct photos in it. So I'll tell you, I have not had that. Normally, an agent would have called me and said, "What the hell, Adams? This bathroom's not. The bathrooms are decent, but they're not that bathroom."
I know, and it's not a deal killer for me because I talked to my contractor and he's like, "Well, the bathrooms are fine. It's not that bathroom, but it is fine."
Right. The bathrooms are they're mud jobs. They're solid and they're white. So
Yeah.
they're not that bathroom either. So,
Yeah, I'm
anyway,
not seeing that document yet. Maybe it's in my spam folder. Let's see, spam document.
it came from me instead of Rosemary's gone for the day. So it might take a few minutes to generate, but I hit send before I left. So
okay, maybe it's I'll keep an eye out for it. I don't yeah, I can't see it right now. It's outside the email thread, right? Because I see a response 8 minutes ago. But
right, it's outside the email thread.
Okay.
It's an electronic doc, just like you got earlier, and sometimes those do take a few minutes to go through.
Got it. Okay, awesome. Thanks so much.
Okay.
I'll sign that. Thank you.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Take care, man.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
What? What the hell just happened, bro? What just happened? Oh my God. Well, you know what this is? This is gonna go viral, bro. It'll go viral. I'm not gonna out the guy at all, but this is going viral for sure. Like that's absolutely insane. Wow. Well, holy shit. I got some money off. I got a little bit of money off my deal, didn't I? Bro, what the hell? What just happened? Well, I caught the agent in a lie. I called him on the lie, but maybe it was an accident, not a lie. And he's like, "Oh shit, sorry about that." And then at first I was like, "Bro, I don't want to pay you for that. That's a misrepresentation." And then he's like, "Well, I'll just withdraw the list." And I'm like, I'm not saying that either. I'm saying we'll do the deal, but it is a bit of a lie, you know? And then he yielded and he did the right thing, right? That's called being honorable. That's called being honorable. Honorable. I'm fixing the camera. Jesus Christ. Sorry for the interruption, man. We were learning about your deal, Christopher. Christopher here closed a $45,000 deal. I've only closed like 1 or 2 45K deals in my entire life. Christopher, so sorry for the interruption, man. That was an important call. He's showing us some
Hey,
some
real quick. Sorry, I'm trying to get this. I'm actually at home, so I can't talk long. I've actually got my daughter right here. So yeah, we did a 45K deal. It was in Deer Park. We just did another 41K deal a few weeks ago. I don't know. Can y'all see me clear?
Yeah. I can see you. I can see you just fine.
And also, if Richard, that video I sent you, I know I don't know if you posted it yet, but I also bought this house that I'm at right now. So if you see, like, I've got my wife and kids right here, but this is the house that I bought for 10 grand down, 0% interest with a it was $425,797 a month.
What? And you bought this thing for $0 down? Or I'm sorry.
I bought it for 10 grand down for 425, 10 grand down, 0% interest. Pay $797 a month. We pay like $850 just because it's nothing but principal. But I've got 10 acres out here. Dude, it's real. It is definitely real. I went full time 9 weeks ago. Right now, I have roughly 20 something thousand coming to me. So obviously, we have the business we take out for the business expenses and stuff like that. And I've got 2 other partners, but yeah, just went full time, and here we are. We've got 2 45K deals, a 25K deal, a 15K deal, and then we've got a couple seller finance deals that we're thinking about taking down ourselves.
Wow. Unbelievable, dude. That's actually unbelievable. Now, TikTok just restricted my live stream for talking about that, but I don't even have words. Not only was he able to execute what we talked about on a damn near free house with $0 down, but here he is with over $100,000 in closing. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, so I do have to get off here. I've got my daughter over here. So, hey, y'all be good, but I'm in here every day. So y'all come holler at me.
Wow. How do we make him a community helper? I don't know where your username was, but how do we make bro a community helper? That's absolutely insane. Damn, bro's breaded up. Is that Christopher? Yeah, that's Christopher. Christopher, I'm gonna make you a community helper. You don't have to go live, but help people out. That's just crazy. Need help reviewing a seller finance deal. Wow. Okay. Well, my paid actors are on point today. I just got that contract from the realtor. Wow, this is Clip Central today. Clip Central with a broken foot. Let's call the editor really quick and let him know about that. I got to put that in my other community. Holy shit. Yo. What the hell? Oh my God, bro. Are you kidding me? TikTok, we just got to appeal. Can you hear me? Oh, you have really bad Wi-Fi. Your Wi-Fi is devastating. Okay. Well, I'm hoping you can hear me. This is a crazy clip. Okay, so this is a guy who came on stage and told me he just purchased his property for 10K down using my method, and that he has over $100,000 in closing right now and just closed a 45K deal. He's 9 weeks in. So I want to clip that, and very, very important, dude. I need this clip to go to the American Dream Project. I need Max to put that in American Dream Project. So don't forget to put that in American Dream Project, because that is exactly the type of shit that we want to see. And then I also want to post that as on my story or a short form or something like that. Yeah, that just needs to that he bought a house and he has 100K in closing. Get it over to Max, and then I also need the one from yesterday over to Max, that live call. All right, can't hear you, but get it over to Max. Max is the most important person. All right, see ya. Bye. Wow. What's American Dream Project? It's where we teach you how to buy houses for $0 down. We teach people how to buy houses for $0 down. It's separate from Hold My Hand Wholesale. It's not the same thing. Unbelievable day today so far. Okay. We've got some more questions here. EM needs help reviewing a seller finance deal. You have a 4-unit property in St. Louis too. Okay, cool. Hybrid deal is cash on cash. 15, 20, something like that. 15, 20%. It varies. Then Udit, need you to talk about the contract sent to the seller. Okay. I can't do any jumping jacks right now. Okay. Well, EM, how are you?
I'm doing good, Rich. How are you?
I'm doing interesting. How can I help you?
Well, I have this mixed use deal. The seller's asking 1.3. He's open to seller financing. I wanted to give him 10% down. They pushed back on the 10% down. They're looking for 15% at least. He has a good cash on cash, and I offer them 2.59% interest. So the 50% down is what I'm actually asking about. I don't know if I should go up to 15% because I was at 10 and he was like, no, they wanted to do 15. So I wanted to see if what I could do just to try to get a deal with them.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see if we can come up to that 15% down here.
The action is 1.3. I'm at 1.3 with the 2.59% interest.
Oh, wow. You're looking at this 1.3 in Detroit? That's an expensive price for Detroit.
No, not in Detroit. It's in Denver, Colorado. It's a mixed use.
The last deal you sent me was in Detroit, and then the one before that was on Rockford. I don't know if that's the one.
I haven't sent you this one. Yeah, you won't see it on Zillow. It's on Craigslist.
Yeah. If you'd send me the address, I can pull it up, okay? So T Wade, we're able to get interest rates from the past using a method called seller financing. And we got a 0% interest on that one. Now I have a house that I'm selling right now at a 2.3% rate. So address on that is 13206 Clifton Hill Lane. We take over debt that was granted in the past. In 2021, we were able to get debt that was at 2%. Interest rates were there in 2021. Interest rates are now closer to 6 or 7%. But when you take over debt from the past, you can get an interest rate from the past. I can see that you're typing no in the chat, and that's totally okay. But I just want to give you the address right now so that you can look at the mortgage on PropStream because it's really easy to see. My house that I'm selling right now that has a 2.3 on it is 13206 Clifton Hill Lane. And if you throw that into PropStream, you can see the mortgage, or if you just look at when it was acquired, you can see that it lines up with the time when interest rates were 2 or 3%. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, anything under 5% is good. We're happy about that. I get the theory, but this is just single family houses, just poor people investments. Okay, my commercial multifamily is 3814 South 24th in Omaha, Nebraska. It's a commercial building. My interest rate is 0%. So, dude, what's your point? Maybe direct the energy towards something productive. Okay. All right. Anyways, if you'd like another one, I'm happy to give you more too. Look at this. He says, have you closed a $500 million deal? Dude, I just want to put this into perspective that it's 6 p.m. Eastern on a Friday and you're arguing with a guy doing real estate. Go hang out with your friends. Go hang out with your friends, bro. I gave you the addresses. You can see the note on public record. Go talk to your friends. It's Friday, right? You get 2 days off before you have to be at work again and somebody else tells you when to go to the bathroom. So go hang out with your friends. You get 2 days, all right? All right. Okay.
I just sent you the address.
Let's check it out. Thanks for commenting, by the way, bro. You're helping engagement here. He works every day. I know. I could have assumed. Okay. Mixed use building. This looks like a storefront. Is this a storefront?
Yeah, he has a liquor store. He has a 2-bed, 1 bath, and he also has a studio apartment.
Okay. Studio apartment in there. Is it occupied or vacant?
Occupied, but the seller has all of them below market rate.
Okay. By the way,
The current market rates will generate around 9,000. He has them paying an average of 2,000.
Okay, so what's the total income of the property?
Total income currently is around 32,000.
You say 32,000?
Yes.
Is that per year? Is that per year or is that per month?
Per month. I want to bring out the NDA I signed. Just give me a moment.
You're telling me this tiny little property brings in $32K a month? No way.
Just give me a moment. Let me pull up the NDA, the financials.
Let me pull up the NDA and tell you about it. Careful, man. So I've never heard of $1 million property that makes $32K a month, but if you have one, I mean, shit, you got one. We talked to a student who had a $700K property supposedly bringing in $18K a month, and it turned out to be a scam. So I don't know. I've never seen income like that, but maybe it exists. I don't know why bro would be selling.
The total income is 32,000. It's 32,000, yeah.
Per year?
Yep. It's far below market rates.
Okay, so per month means per month. Per year means over 12 of those months.
Yes.
So 32,000 divided by 12 is 2,600. The property brings in 2,600, and the purchase price is 1.3 million.
Yes.
And it's fully occupied.
Yes.
Your taxes and insurance are more than the rent that the property brings in. Nobody would want
total
that.
Taxes per year is 1162.50.
You don't have $1 million buildings in Colorado with $1,100 in taxes.
11,000.
Oh, okay, yeah. 1,100 is different than 11,000, just like 32K per month is different than 32K per year. So 11,000 sounds right. So that's about $916 per month in taxes, and then your insurance on a mixed use will probably be like 500. So, your taxes and insurance take up most of the cash flow. Any payment to the seller, and we're underwater. These multifamilies, when they're interesting buildings like mixed use, they sell based off of their income, and when their income's not there, they don't sell. They're valued based off of their income. And if it's not like, well, we could raise the income, if it hasn't been raised, it's going to be hard to raise. And then also beyond that, maybe you couldn't raise it because it's on a 12-month lease. It might be month to month, but a buyer doesn't want to come in and buy a $1.3 million property. The expenses on $1.3 million alone eat up the entire income that the property generates. So I wouldn't have a buyer anywhere for something like that. So this needs to either be vacant so that we can sell to a buyer that it will bring in a certain amount, but it can't be fully occupied at 2K per month, right? My duplex in Detroit brings in more than 2K per month, right? We got single families that bring in more than 2K per month for 150K. It's just the worst use of money possible. Beyond that, the property's distressed. I can see photos from 2026, and on the outside of it, it's falling apart. So I couldn't, I couldn't find a buyer for something like that. I think it would be quite hard. So I would focus on a multifamily with income on it, because this either needs to be vacant or bringing in good rent. Good rent could be 8K a month, 9K a month. It doesn't have to be 20K a month. But it kind of looks like it's in a pretty low income area, and then it's bringing in really low numbers. The price is well above what the house is worth or the property's worth. And then also, you already have tenants in place, and the tenant is a storefront. It's not easy to remove a storefront and then find another storefront, right? So, it's a corner store. So I can't remove a storefront tenant very easily or jack up the rent on them very easily. Beyond that, there's rent control in Colorado that would prevent me from doing an exorbitant increase. Rent control means you can only increase by a certain amount per year. And we see rent control in places like Colorado and New York and Portland and California and desirable areas like that. So, it's just, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you, man. In no way, shape, or form would that be a deal.
Okay, man. Thanks.
All right. So guys, we want to look for deals that are like, how long would it take me to find something like this, guys? Let's start the timer. I am going to go to Texas. I'm going to go to all of Texas, the entirety of Texas. I'm going to filter for multifamily, and I'm going to look up seller will finance or financing available. Financing available, right? So here's a property right here for $2.7 million, and it says owner will consider owner financing. And time on the clock, I would say about 25 seconds. So no need to go after opportunities like that, guys. Owner will consider financing right there, right? How about another one? Okay, here's another one. Let's read the description. Scrolling down, the owner will consider owner finance. All right, that was another 7 seconds. Okay, let's do another one. Here's one for 1.65 million. Scrolling down, owner finance available. All right, maybe 13 seconds on that one. So no need to spend time on stuff like that, guys. If they're like, yeah, it's 1.3 million and it brings in about 2,600 a month, you're like, next. Especially if it's distressed. That's just how I kind of see things. So what I did there, if you're like, well, how do we do that? Well, look up an entire state, like Texas or New Mexico or Arizona, and look up a keyword. Look up 15% down. Let's try that. I'm going to look up 15% down, and that should show me more owner financing opportunities. Well, here's one right here. This property looks fine. It's in El Paso. Seller can finance at 15% down. 10% interest, though. Close on the down payment to 10% interest. So what's interesting here is this is fascinating. Here's a quadplex in El Paso. It's going to rent out for about $3,700 a month. The owner is looking for 10% rate on $429, right? $429,000 with 10% with 15% down. That's about $55,000 down, or maybe $65,000 down or so. And then 10% interest on that brings you to $3,194 per month. And then when you pay taxes on the building, your taxes bring you all the way up to $867 and $143. $867. I'm gonna call this person just for meme content. This is just meme content. This person's like, I'll seller finance you. But you need to pay more than the house rents out for. Yeah, and no, I'm not negotiable. If I'm gonna seller finance you, I need you to be willing to lose about $1,000 a month. I get it. This is only for investors, but maybe you're the type of investor that's cool losing money. I gotta talk to this guy. Like, what are we on, gang? What are we on? This is a quadplex bringing in $3,700 a month, and they want 10% rate, and 10% rate plus taxes and insurance exceeds that. And that's if it's doing good numbers. This thing's not even a nice building. I gotta call bro. I have to call him. I gotta know about this. Hey, George, I was calling about the Arlen Avenue in El Paso. I'm sure you've gotten a million calls about this since it says.
Yeah, sure have.
I
Yeah,
am
how can I
so
help you?
sorry. I own in San Antonio, Houston, and Tyler. I'm looking to pick up another one. I
Okay.
went on Zillow and I looked up keyword finance, found this thing. Saw some terms, just had a question about the rent to see if I can make it work.
Sure.
Is it rent out for like 800 to 1,000 per unit?
So right now, I have the rents low because of the fact that really I just wanted to make sure that we get it all rented out. So right now I do have them at about right now they're at $775, and then they do pay their own utilities.
Okay, so $775, and is that by all 4 units?
All 4 units, right?
Got you. And then
clients. Yeah. Now one of the units I literally left it as a model. So there's 3 of them that are rented right now, and the 4th one is basically I just left that one open so that investors can look at it. Because you know how it is with these tenants, it's just such a nightmare to try to get inside.
For sure. And now clients looking for 15% down, 10% rate.
That's right.
Now payments on that are about $3,200 per month, and then the property's bringing in $31, but with taxes and insurance, I pay $41. So is client kind of only willing to finance if we're losing like $1,500 a month?
Yeah, because honestly, what we're looking for is not someone who's going to put that little of a down payment. That's the minimum he's going to do. If somebody, let's say, they say, okay, well, I'll take it as a seller financing, and then refinance it later with a bigger down payment, or I don't know whatever their strategy is. But right now, yeah, and it's our company. We own the property as well.
Oh,
so that's
sure.
why just as far as our company, we just cannot, take that on a lower interest rate because then we want to sell the note later.
For sure, for sure. I am curious though. If the terms are only if an investor loses like $1,500 a month, what's the point of like asking for seller finance on that? Because that's like a shoot yourself in the foot type of deal, right?
No. I've been doing this a long time. I mean, what happens is most of the people who come in with seller finance usually put bigger down payments. It's not usually the minimum.
Because normally the bank and DSCR loans, they want us to put down 20%. You guys want 15%. So we're pretty close to normal bank down payments.
Yeah. But yeah, the rent on this one based on what you have now won't work with you to put the minimum down, right?
Okay.
So usually, I mean, you could go in there and do a little remodeling. It's not in bad shape, but if you wanted to, right now the main issue in that one is that it has evaporative air. If you were to put refrigerator in that thing, you probably could get about 1,000 each.
Yeah, and then we're only losing $750 a month.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, the minimum doesn't. The minimum isn't one of those deals for investors who are putting the minimum down.
For sure. I'd only want to match the bank's down payment. So if I match the bank's down payment at 20%, can we make money on the deal, or what do you think?
Well, I'll say, I mean, if you have your own banking and you put 20% down, then I would say, throw in an offer. We can go down on the price as long as it's not too unreasonable.
Sure. I saw a number of other quadplex selling for like 300, 400K or so, but I got a question. I wonder if we were to give you like 475 and kind of pay that 10% in the principal, like just offer over list price, you think we could, give that interest, but structure payments within? Because 10% interest is probably going to get you around that number over a short-term balloon, maybe like 5 or 6 years. But
let me tell you, it's not gonna work because we're really I guess at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is pull cash out. So we really don't want to hold. We don't want to hold on to it as long as we can. That's why I say the only other reason we would do the seller finance is sell the note and get paid out.
Okay. I see. So you're just looking for you're going to exit on the note. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. That's what we want to do. We want to get paid out.
Okay. All right. No worries. I thought I'd give you a call. Thanks so much.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
See ya. Bye. What's the point of even asking for seller finance? That's like predatory at that point. Like, what if somebody doesn't understand numbers? But that's yeah. So you negotiate with 10 of those guys asking for seller financing. You could find somebody who give you good terms. I got them on my commercial multifamily, right? I just had to call on that. I was just like, what are we thinking, gang? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I get his desire, but his desire has to be within reality. So this is the property that we just called on. It doesn't look great. Looks kind of janky. Very janky, I'd say. And they're asking for 15% down, 10% interest, no less. Sorry. At least they throw the sorry. Bro, what? That's just entertaining. I gotta clip that too. We can just clip after clip after clip. Another clip just now. I call agent asking for 10% or 15% down with 10% interest. Super funny call. Please clip and add to clip vault. Wow, we got so many clips today, guys. Just great things going on here. Property looks good, needs cleanup, will assign by Monday. Donald, great. I'm going to call Harry and let him know about that. We just got an assignment in. $6,000 on Donald. Donald is this duplex that Harry gave me. I'm going to tell Harry right now. Hey, just got a text from buyer. Donald has been paired with a client. They're interested, and they just walked it, or maybe they walked it again when it was finished. They said it looks good, no issues, just needs a cleanup. And yeah, they said I'm going to send you the exact text so you know what I got. But their exact words were, "This will be assigned by Monday." So it sounds like they found a client, just waiting for them to sign.
Great.
Yeah, and as soon as we finished it, right?
Yeah. Yes. Literally, I handed the guy money yesterday.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I just sent you a screenshot of the text I got. I just wanted to call an update and say it looks like that'll be moving forward as well.
Great. Thank you for the good news.
Absolutely. Have a good day.
Thanks. Bye.
See ya. Well, today is such an interesting day. You break your foot and then real estate saves the day. And you're just like, I'm going to make so much damn money. Somebody says, do you JV? Do you do 50-50 for JV deals? No, I do 60-40. You keep 60, I keep 40. I don't do no 50-50. I recognize that if you found the deal, you did the majority of the work. Yeah. Anyways. Wow. What a day so far. Next is Udit, Jacksonville deal. What's going on, man?
Hi. I talked to Trey that you and Bryce agreed for a 5-day inspection period, right? But Bryce said that you sent a contract specifying a 10-day inspection period, so they just want to clarify.
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry about that. That was my mistake. That was like me sneaking in photos that weren't accurate.
Yeah.
Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. I do one-on-ones, guys. I've been booked out pretty recently. Here's my one-on-one link if you want it. And it's in the link in my bio for TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, and I'll post it on YouTube because I just got asked about that. I did 3 today. Here's my one-on-one link. I know the price is kind of high. The problem is the Discord makes me like $4,000 a day or $5K a day. So it's like, if I'm gonna meet one-on-one with you, it's got to be worth my while. Anyways, we're gonna talk to Udit's agent right now about that. Actually, Udit, no need to talk to him. Just say, I'm so sorry. My apologies. Didn't mean to do that. No, we'll call him. I like the guy. We'll call him. He's a nice guy. Jacksonville seller. Jackson seller. God, what is the address on that? That's gonna be 17th. He was probably fronting about that other deal, but
You have reached the voicemail of Trey.
I'll fix it. Okay, so that's gonna be Jacksonville. Where's this damn contract, man? Did I DM you the contract? Is that what I did? Where did the contract go? I don't. How did you get the contract? Or did you not get the contract, dude? You're muted right now.
Oh, I didn't get the contract. Bryce did, right? So they just contacted me for the inspection period. That you agreed for a 5-day, but you sent a contract for 10-day.
That's my fault.
Yeah.
Where the hell did I send this damn contract, man? I can't see a record of it to you. This is damn. I don't know where I sent that contract. I don't want to have to redo it. I don't even remember our terms. I know what you're talking about here. Jacksonville, East 17th. Maybe it's on my desktop. You have documents to sign. Oh, she sent me the revised contract here without the realtor commission. I'm going to sign that. Yeah, he did right by me. Thank you, sir. Thank you kindly. $300 off for your mistake. Okay, I don't know where the hell that contract is, bro. It's the first for me. East 17th, Jean Avenue. Man, tell him that I apologize and that I agree and that he's right. But I can't find the contract that I sent. Dude, Pam, I'll literally run that with you after. I can't even walk. Pam, you want to run that after? You want to run that after? I literally have that. Pam, come on up. We'll talk. I'm absolutely disgusting at zombies. We'll play. But dude, I'm gonna be real. I don't know where the contract is. It's not in my drive. E7. The last East 17th I have is in Cleveland. This is in Jacksonville. Dude, can you have him send me a downloaded copy of the contract and I'll revise it? Okay.
Okay.
Tell
right now.
tell him I'm gonna text him right now. I'm gonna text him East 17 agent and then the seller. God. Owner of East 17th in Jacksonville. Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I heard that I put in 10 days inspection. I am so sorry about that. My sincerest apologies. I was not trying to pull a fast one on you guys. That's my mistake entirely, and I own up to that. I wanna go ahead and revise that. The thing is I can't see the contract. I'm looking for the contract that I sent you guys. My assistant told me that I sent you a contract. I can't find it for the life of me. Can you download that and send it, and I'll go ahead and cross that out and re-sign. My apologies there. That definitely was not my intention. Thank you. Maybe it wasn't a contract. Maybe it was an LOI.
Oh, I already sent him a LOI. But yeah, but that also specified a 10-day inspection period. So maybe they just.
I can't. I don't believe I sent them a contract. I don't think I did, because I'm looking and I see no contract. I see no record of me doing it on Drive. I always do it on Drive. I see no record in DocuSign, email, or desktop. So I don't think maybe they're just talking about, I don't know. I'm not sure. This Facundo, what is he saying? Oh, is that the finals, young Tonto? That's also my shit, dude. I love that. I'm about to start playing these a lot more as winter is coming in Oregon and we stay inside during winter if we're not skiing. And also my foot is broken and I can't walk. So, dude, we will squat up with members of Hold My Hand Wholesale. I've already done it before. We did it with the mushroom guy. Who's the mushroom guy? The Buzz whatever his I know you as Busy Bees Buzz Bees guy. Yeah, I'm gonna compete soon, Ian. I'm stepping on stage with a boot on, but no problem. I'm 3 weeks out, Ian. Okay, so Udit, I'm gonna bring you up on Monday. On Monday at 1:45 p.m. Remind me to bring up UDIT. Okay, we're gonna bring you up. Just tell him I already said sorry, but tell him sorry. Okay. Dahlia, I don't know how you got off stage. We were gonna help you with that, but Udit, we'll see you Monday. Okay. Sorry about that, man. Dahlia was next. Sorry, guys. Dahlia, what's going on? Game session on the wheel and spin for it. What if they don't play games? Getting the quad out is gonna suck. Ian, I can hit leg lifts. I can do leg lifts. And I won't atrophy. I'm not gonna atrophy. Roslyn, let me know if you're in Portland. We'll connect for sure. Dahlia, hi. Hello, Dahlia? Dahlia going once, Dahlia going twice. Your mic is not working. Don't worry, we'll keep you up here. There's no rush, but I'm going to move on to the next person. I got to keep a consistent stream of yap. So we're going to talk to Paula. Paula, how are you?
Nick.
Oh, looks like Dahlia's mic is working. Dahlia, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
So a couple of days ago, you helped me run comps on another property, and they actually countered. And I wanted to know if you think it's worth me going back to them and trying to negotiate. They're willing to do seller finance.
Which one is this? Which one is this on? Just so I know.
This one is on. Let me see.
Hosmer?
No, Devon Dearborn.
I don't see Dearborn. I see Sixth, Faust, and Hosmer in my DMs.
Those were the comps that I wanted you to help me with, but the realtor just sent me this, and I'm at a loss here.
Sure. I would need the address of the property.
It's 2736 North Dearborn Street in Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
And you told me this was like, okay, so after we spoke, somebody from here, from the team, reached out to me, and they told me that they actually have a buyer in Indiana that specializes, or that likes to buy 2-1 properties in Indiana.
On my
Indianapolis.
Somebody on my team said that?
Somebody from like the community.
Great. Work with that person because I don't have a buyer off the top of my head for that. As far as seller finance goes, my buyer's feedback will be there's a lot of trash in the property and it looks a little bit distressed, but if we had a low down payment, we'd take it. So I would seller finance this at 5K down because it looks a little bit shitty. However, if you have somebody in the community who's got a buyer in Indiana that specializes in 2-1s and there's 2-1 comps for this property, I like it. I like it.
Okay.
And I think you should work with them.
Awesome. Okay. So they told me that they were willing to do 10K down at 7% interest and anywhere from 5 to 10 year balloon. What do you think I should counter with? I know you already told me the 5 down, but what else?
Well, here's my thought process. This is not a guarantee on seller finance because it's kind of shitty, right? So seller finance is usually for turnkey properties. This thing's a little scary. I don't think it's that far from turnkey, but it's generally for that. I would hit them with 5K down if you're going to seller finance. However, if you have somebody else who has a buyer who can make an offer, that's really, really good. And I would consider working with that other person who has the buyer because the seller finance in this condition for this type of property is a maybe. The rent on this is going to be like $750, $800 per month. And I really think that we should probably, I would talk to the person who might have the buyer because I just want to say seller finance is a maybe on this because it's a 700 square foot 2-1 in rough condition.
Got it.
Hold
Okay.
on.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, my editor's calling me, but explore the other person who might have an offer. All right.
And then can I still run the other 2 properties for the comp?
Yeah, let me take this call really quick. 1 moment. What's up? Did you put non-premium in my car? Only Yeah, only premium can go in the RS6.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was just checking. Yeah, I'm putting that in right now.
Okay, all right. Thank you. So, okay, I was like, put 300 hours into the finals. Dude, it's so fun. Such a good game. I like it a lot. I'm going to go ahead and go live on Instagram again. Q&A. Okay. So, Dahlia, let's see these comps. Comps for what property? I need the address, not the comps.
The addresses are, the first one we can do is 1204 6th Avenue in Fort Dodge. And I think this is in Iowa.
Okay. Sorry, one more time, address?
It is 1204. I just lost it. I'm sorry. 1204 6th Avenue,
Where is that?
Fort Dodge. I think Iowa.
It is in Iowa. Okay. Do you see my screen right now?
Yes.
This is kind of rural. I think there's a military base here, which creates a bit of a population. But remember, investors try to transact in major metropolitan areas. So, yes, we can do deals out here, but I would only recommend seller finance deals out here, meaning that comps aren't going to be relevant. It's going to be really hard to find a person who's flipping in Fort Dodge. I've never heard of Fort Dodge before. It's not in the middle of nowhere because there's a military base here, but it's we're kind of far. Let me just see how many people live in Fort Dodge. Maybe like 30,000 population. Yeah, 25,000 people. So yeah, you could wholesale in 25K population areas, but it's not like we're going to be able to find a flipper over there, right? Flipper's going to be hard. You could put it into Buy Box Cartel, right? So if we look up your address in Buy Box Cartel and we see how many flips have happened in the past year, it's going to be like 4. It's gonna be like 4 people are flipping in Buy Box Cartel. So I'm gonna share my screen. I'm on Buy Box Cartel. This is the only way we could find a buyer for a cash deal out here, right? Fix and flipper. If it is a fix and flip, right? Comps are for fix and flip. So I'm assuming you're looking at this as a fix and flip, right?
I what?
Yeah. So there's 2 flippers in the past year in the entirety of Fort Dodge. That makes it hard. If we do a 10-mile radius and apply that, maybe we can find 3 flippers. Actually, no, it's still 2. So you're welcome to try, but I feel like you'll cancel the contract because of where it is. What strategy would I use for Fort Dodge? Well, there's definitely amazing deals in Fort Dodge, Iowa, because people live there, but those amazing deals are on this property right here on seller financing terms. So as far as fix and flips out there, it's a risk to buy a flip, big risk to buy a flip. And you want to make sure that people are buying flips over here. This is more so a military town. So rentals are going to be the strategy, not flips. And I'm sure people are doing renovations like this thing. Well, not really. But I would just, wow.
Well, I'm sorry. This one actually has 4. I believe they're renting them out as units, and 2 of them are already they're being rented for, and
Okay.
there's 2 vacancies.
Okay. If it's a rental, I wouldn't say comps are particularly relevant, maybe loosely relevant because it's I would say comps are probably, I was actually looking at the same property. Wow. So yeah, this is too distressed for us to seller finance. There's too much going on here. This is a distressed property, as we can see. Doesn't exactly look to be livable for a number of different reasons. And I would say that to do a deal in Fort Dodge, Iowa would be to get a seller finance deal. So we're going to want a clean multifamily like this, and we're going to want seller finance on that. And then that would probably be the only strategy I could use. And reliably, yes, reliably we could sell in Fort Dodge, but it would need to be a large multifamily, and not necessarily a large one, just a good condition multifamily.
So for seller financing, we're looking for like clean, like almost ready to move in buildings.
Yeah, because the reason is when I get a fix and flip loan, that covers purchase and rehab. So, this fix and flip that I'm buying today on Tyler Street, getting seller finance on this, let's say the seller gave me $0 down at 0% interest on a 30-year term. It would be the most unbelievable financing terms anybody's ever seen, right? The problem is I still need to come up with the rehab money. Right? I still need to come up with the rehab money. So getting $0 down at 0% interest seller finance on a distressed property doesn't matter because the other option I have is financing that funds the purchase price and rehab. So those are important distinctions there. I would try to understand why a buyer buys something, and a buyer buys a fix and flip to renovate, and they buy it with a hard money loan or a private money loan because that covers purchase price and rehab. right? On seller finance, even the best seller financing terms on a distressed property don't make sense because, well, what's the alternative? Full rehab funded, full purchase price funded. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like it's a financing option thing. The financing options are better than any seller finance that you could create. We could not create a seller finance deal that is better than the financing that's available on the market, because the financing that's available on the market gives you the rehab money. And I would say that if we were to beat that with seller finance, you'd have to structure some sort of deal where the seller gives you 60K to renovate the property and seller finance. So, it's just I learned a while ago that seller financing fix and flips doesn't make a lot of sense. There are seller financing strategies for distressed properties, but it's different. It's called a novation agreement. And in a novation agreement, the seller actually lets you come into the property, take professional photos, and do minor work to the property prior to actually buying the property. And then you list the property together with the seller using what's called a net listing agreement. And a net listing agreement says, you keep this much, I keep any amount above this much. So the only seller financing strategy or creative financing strategy I could think of for that would be a novation agreement. But honestly, we don't really do novations in Hold My Hand Wholesale. Some of our students do, but it doesn't jive well with on-market properties. Novation and on-market don't really work super well together, because part of a novation agreement is taking a property that isn't on market and then marketing it on market, right? So I would say that really your only strategy for something like that is a cash offer if it's distressed and in the sort of condition that we just looked at. It looks like I've lost it now. But that's largely because people aren't going to flip in rural areas. There's 2 flips happening in the past year over there. And it's hard to find those people. But turnkey seller finance, absolutely a great strategy in areas that only have 25,000 people,
Okay. Good to know.
Absolutely.
And then the last property that I wanted to see if there was anything there,
Sure.
was 1443 3 Oust Avenue, and that's in Detroit, Michigan.
1443 HOUST.
3. So it's 14433
Okay.
South Avenue.
I'm hearing housed or
F-
south or.
F as in Frank, A as in Apple, UST.
Oh, okay, like German. Okay. Wow. Fix and flip for sure. Are these photos accurate? Whoa, they've got a pool, an indoor pool. Wow. What a strange property. Indoor pool, huh? Okay. It's huge. So first thing I'm noticing as a flipper is your rehab is going to be massively expensive because it's huge. A big property like this with an in-ground in-house pool needing, oh, they've got a hoarding situation going on too. So this is a massive rehab project. And the thing is, this is going to cost probably $100,000, if not more, to renovate. Now you got to ask yourself, what could it sell for? In Detroit, the highest price point you see in single families is usually 300, 400K. So we can check this out. We can definitely check this out. But it's not a typical example of what I see in Detroit. So I'll see if I can find that thing. That's a very interesting property. So here it is, right? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. What an interesting opportunity. Yeah, so you see the prices around here. Generally, the highest prices are about 300K in Detroit. Now we're a 4-4 with 4,000 square feet. We're huge, huge property. And if we draw around this area, I mean, I would be intimidated by the square footage as a flipper. I think a flipper would be like, oh, this is a scary flip. And then when it comes down to the comps here, yeah, you're probably selling for 350 max with a full rehab, but to renovate a 4,000 square foot property like that, I would try to go after examples that you see me going after, because this is like, yeah, maybe you can renovate it and make money, but it's just a big project for not much return and a very high risk. The reason I say very high risk is because you have a pool in the house. We don't know if people want that anymore. That's a 70s thing, right? It's not a super desirable thing anymore to have a pool inside the property. So it's a massive project. I mean, rehabilitating this room alone would be like 20 racks. Just this room alone, rehabilitating it would be that much. And then you start to get into the rest of the house and you have thousands and thousands of square feet of potential issues. So, you know, a cookie cutter fix and flip is my property on Tracy Street. This is my property on Tracy Street. It'll sell for 190. I bought it for 70. When it comes to the house, it's only 1,200 square feet. There's not that much that could be wrong with it in that it is 1,200 square feet, you know? And then looking at the condition, okay, it's a cosmetic rehab. You know, we gotta fix all this stuff, but it's just not that bad at the end of the day. So that's why I took on this project. So I would say that that property is not that it's too distressed, it's too strange. 4,000 square feet is huge. So much space for things to go wrong. And it's just like we want evidence, and there's nothing like this that's sold in the area. It's the first of its kind. You know, as we look at the other comps in this area, check it out. There ain't nothing like this. You know, this is its own unique thing. Nothing even comes close to the square footage. There's this guy, but I don't know how this guy's 4,000 square feet. It's a different type of property, but I it's just there's too much that could happen on something like this. You know, it's hard for me to put it into words, but the amount of rehab could easily go into $200,000. Easily could be 200 based on what we find. And then beyond that, there's just not really a lot of evidence for types of those houses selling. So you would want to find a more cookie cutter like this property right here in distressed condition, and then this evidence would suffice for a flipper. But I don't have any evidence that that thing will be able to sell for a profit. But I am pretty nervous about what the rehab might look like on something like this.
Is there like a limit? And again, keep in mind here that I'm pretty new to this as well. So
Sure.
is there like a square footage that I should be kind of keeping an eye on?
I honestly think 2,500 and below is good. As we start to approach 3,000, I'm like, oh shit, this is huge. Like for example, a 4,000 square foot house, your roof is massive, and it's twice the cost now. Now your roof is is a $20,000 expense instead of a 10K expense on a massive property. And then we have to have a buyer that can afford that property, and then we have to have a spread for the renovation when it's that big, because it's renovation. There's just so much more land to cover, and you can see that we're dealing with leaks in the property as well. You know, all kinds of interesting issues. So this is a box of worms. We want to get into a more cookie cutter flip, but I would say take the flipping course again. Take my fix and flip course again if you haven't already. It's really going to help you out.
Okay. I am. I'm like constantly on there. Just I already went through it, but every single day I'm still like going back and refreshing and
Well, I'll give you
hoping that it sinks in at some point.
well, I'll give you one right now. It'll take me a couple minutes to find a flip here. Check this out. You see my screen okay?
Yes.
So I'm going to zoom out in Detroit, and I happen to know that houses in Detroit, when they're renovated, they sell for around 200,000 to maybe 250,000. That's a really solid renovation price point. We'll go 180 to 250. This should show mostly renovated properties, and then we're going to look at sold. Okay, we're going to find where this average renovation price is selling. We know it's not here. It is here, and it is up here. And then as we look in here, okay, yeah, we got little clusters here and there, but it seems to me that a lot of flips are happening up here. So it looks like it looks like this is a really big flipping area, like just through here and all the way to here. So I'm gonna draw in this area. That area that I just saw seems like anything around here. You know, we got a lot of clusters of yellow dots here. Now I'm gonna remove my filter, and now I'm gonna go for sale, and I'm gonna look for things probably priced at 150,000 maximum, and I'm gonna scroll until I find something that's pretty. A pretty property, right? This is not a pretty property, it's a box. It's a 2-1, right? We talked about how 2-1s weren't great. And I'm gonna filter for only houses because flipping multifamily is less common. And we're really looking for that pretty house. So pretty, okay, cute. What's this? Interior appears to already be renovated, so no value add there. Value add refers to renovation. This thing looks janky, ugly, unique, ugly. I'm just gonna keep looking. I'm gonna keep looking, and I'd hope to find something with good bones in it, you know? So I'm looking for something that's a lot of boxes, man, a lot of boxes. Curbside appeal is not the name of the game to have a perfect curbside appeal, but it's helpful. it's helpful to have a good curbside appeal. And honestly, what I'll do right here is I'll remove my max and I'll just price low to high. And that'll show me the worst houses first. So these are the worst houses here, right? And this thing's not pretty, right? It's not pretty, but it doesn't exactly need a rehab. I'm looking for one that needs a rehab. Okay, yeah, we could renovate something like this. So here's a house for 75. Yeah, it's fine. I don't. Oh God, you already know it's not good. 384 days on market. So that's not something right there. And honestly, all of these are fine, but all of these look like they all look like they're in decent shape. I need it to be in bad shape, not terrible shape, but bad shape. So another way that
When
we
it's on market for a long time, like what does that normally indicate?
it means that nobody's wanted it for whatever reason.
Okay.
Yeah, so nobody's wanted it for whatever reason. And these $1,000 properties, I scroll right past $1,000 properties. Going to page 5, scroll right past 25K properties. Hopefully going to page, I don't know, 6 where we start to see. I mean, these are all still shit boxes, so we could put a minimum price point of 60K. You know, we don't want to flip something that's too far gone. We want to flip something that could become really cute. Okay, this looks cute. This also looks cute. Nice little brick house, great. Looks like it needs a little bit of work. Not a well, nice kitchen. This guy here, oh yeah, you need work. Okay, so there's something. 60K right there. We see that 60K. We're gonna zoom in. So I don't know if this is a deal. Oh no, is that it? Yeah, that's it. Now I'm gonna remove my filter here. And I don't see anything that's selling for more in this area. Maybe a little bit more, but here's your 60K. I'm gonna draw around the area, see if that thing has any profit potential right here. 60,000, right? 3-1, 1219, brick 2-story bungalow. Great. There's a I'm gonna price these hella low. Here's a brick 2-story bungalow type of thing, not bungalow, but this guy's pretty close. Square footage a little bit more, but yeah, that's pretty close right there. 159. Yeah, so it'll sell for about 150. You can see, right? This will sell for about 150. Can we renovate it and for a profit at 150? Well, yeah, we're not too far off at 60K. I mean, where was that house? That house was like, yeah, right there. So we're really not too far off at 60K. So it looks like it'll sell for 150. I mean, how much does it need? Roof looks okay. Siding looks great. That's new siding. Windows look like shit. Needs new windows. It probably needs like, oh yeah, probably needs like, call it 45, 50. Not a crazy rehab. 40, 45, 50. So yeah, I want to get something like this at about 35K, 40K. Send it to a flipper, and then the profit here is they buy it at 40K, you get it at 35. Maybe they buy it at 45 and you get it at 40. 10K closing costs, 45K rehab. They're in it for 100, and they can definitely access 150K price point for the after repair value on something like that. So that's a more cookie cutter flip with more evidence. So I'll drop this in your DMs, but I got to move on to the next people. I'm running out of time. Okay. But that's a good one.
I am so grateful. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Yeah. Go chase that one down. All right. Next is Paula. Paula, sorry for the delay. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well today. How can I help you?
I sent you the address in your It's a 4-unit property in St. Louis.
Got you. We doing cash, seller finance? What are we doing here?
We're doing cash, DSCL financing. It has a 20% cash on cash return. It previously rented for $27.50 for all the 4 units, but currently 1 unit is vacant.
Looks like this thing is posted on Buy Box Cartel right now by Juan Morales. Maybe Juan can speak on this. Juan, what do you know about this thing? This it says active listing on Buy Box, Juan. Maybe Juan can tell us about it because I don't know what this is. It's going to be hard to sell without pictures, but Juan, check this out. She's showing me this deal. I pulled it up on Buy Box Cartel. Looks like it's listed by you.
Oh yeah, I'm helping her sell it.
Oh, cool.
We have no pictures though. She has like a walkthrough though.
Yeah. Well, it's hard for me to say if without pictures of it, but well, what can you tell me about it? Is it what's the price point? I don't know too much about it. It's kind of an invisible listing right now.
Okay, so it is for 185. I have it under contract for 185.
It's listed for 185 and you got it for 185?
It's an off-market property currently.
Okay. And you got it for 185. And do we know anything about the condition?
It's currently, it has tenants. Only one unit is vacant. So I didn't ask a lot about the condition because they have tenants in place, long-term tenants.
Super important.
It's
Super important that we get the condition. We need to know the condition on something like this. So that's going to be really important. I need photos to sell it and I need to know about the condition. So I honestly, it's going to be really, I could tell you about your cash on cash return, but I'm sure it's good because if you have it for 180 and you have each unit going for 800 times 4 is $3,200, and 180 and $3,200 hits a good cash on cash return. So it just comes down to the condition. I'm sure your cash on cash is great, but it's very hard for me to advise you on this without seeing photos of it. The condition is super important.
let me send you the link that I have.
Hey, Andrew. All right.
Yeah.
Man, my foot is throbbing. Pam, that's what Detroit looks like, right? That's Detroit. Okay, so whoa, what is this? This is a virtual walkthrough? Kitchen. Okay. Oh, these are the photos. So we got a couple photos. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, what's it rented out for?
Currently, it's rented out for. It used to rent out for $27.50 for all the 4 units, but currently one is vacant for walkthrough.
Okay. $27.50. So is $27.50 the rent that we should use on this, or is that with 1 unit vacant?
Okay, so when I did the cash on cash return, I took the $27.50, but I can tell you for the other units what it's currently rented for the 3. Let me text you.
I guess I'll just ask you this. At full occupancy, what will this thing rent out for? You can do it from outside the US. This woman, I mean, where's this woman? Where are you right now?
I'm from Nairobi, Kenya.
Great. We've already had people in Nairobi close. My flip in Detroit was found by a guy in Nairobi.
So currently the rents are $19.35 for the units.
Ooh, that's hard. So is that 3 out of 4 units?
So for the 3 units that are currently occupied right now, it's $19.35 with 1 vacant. If we assume the other one is 700, it comes to $26.35.
Yeah, so $190K for an investor, right? They pay $190, they put down $38,000, they get a 7% rate, they're paying $1,011. We'll use 450 taxes and insurance, 1,011 plus 450, and then we'll take your rent of 2,750. We'll take off 20%. That leaves us with 2,200, and then we'll subtract the 1,461, 1,461. Per month, you make $739. Per year, you make $8,868, and the total cost of buying this thing is going to be $48,000 with closing costs. Cash on cash is 18%, and it's not fully occupied. So this is a hard one to sell because cash on cash is 18%, and we don't have a ton of information about condition.
Okay, so what do we do?
Yeah, so if a property is not hitting 20% cash on cash return, we need to offer to the point where it does hit 20% cash on cash return. Do you know how to calculate cash on cash?
Yes, I do.
Good. It's rent times 0.8 minus PITI times 12 divided by total cost of buying. There's your formula for anybody asking. And this would probably need to be 20 to 30K lower to hit that cash on cash return.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're just not hitting the mark on that one. Need to be a little bit lower in price point. TikTok and Instagram, I'm going to end this. We got like 50 people on here because I got a restriction. So if you guys want to join the links in my bio, I'll catch you on the next one. How do you find cash on cash return? Rent times 0.8 minus PITI times 12 divided by total cost of entry. Link in bio if you guys want to get started ending that now. Yeah, it just needs to be lower, probably like 20 or 30K lower. Anyways, I got to move on to the next one. I'm sorry. Canderson, what's going on?
Hello. I got sent a contract for a seller finance deal in Detroit. I just didn't know how to submit it because the realtor sent me the contract. I sent you the details in your DM. But it's off. It just went off market.
Okay.
So it's not on Zillow anymore.
Let's check it out, man. North Lawn?
Mm-hmm.
I think I've seen this property before. Yeah, I have. Oh, dude. I tried to buy North Lawn, but the agent wouldn't get back to me. Yeah, I tried to buy this over and over and over and over again, and the agent would not get back to me. It was insane. This was a good I remember this being a good one, but we couldn't get it because of the damn agent. Or at least I think that was this property. What's your question on this, man?
So they sent me the contract. I just don't know what I don't know what to do with it. Like, I don't know how to send it to the team, kind of.
Sure.
Like, 'cause they sent me the contract, and like through buy box, it gives you the contract. So I didn't know where to submit the contract to.
So guys, it's important to have some buyers as well, but if you are to submit a contract, you type #submit right here. It has to be signed and executed on both ends. So a contract needs to be signed by the seller and signed by the buyer, and you can type #submit, which I just put in the chat, and you can submit a deal right there, and there's in-depth instructions on how to do it.
They put I told them I was doing acquisitions for Grant & Taylor LLC, and that's what they put on the contract. So I didn't know if I could sign.
That's called fraud, dude. You can't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can't you can say, hey, I work with them, but we're not putting that on the contract because you can't sign for a company. That's like me putting your name on a contract and saying that I'm Canderson, right?
Okay.
So yeah, man, I would as far as whether or not it's a deal, what price did you get it at?
The offer price is $130,000.
The house was listed publicly for sale on Zillow for $100K 2 days ago.
It's a seller finance.
I think it's distressed, man. House looks well. I guess we could do it. It doesn't look tremendously distressed, but I only have 3 photos of it.
There was another listing. There's another listing, but they took that one down. I couldn't find it with the pictures of it.
So seller finance, what's your down payment?
It's $25,000.
Too high on the down payment, man. We need 10 to 15% down. And also,
but there was no balloon, and it was monthly payments of $500.
No balloon indefinitely, just indefinite seller finance.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's interesting. 25K for a distressed property is still hard. I do see more photos on Zillow now. I'm gonna scroll through. Yeah, this thing needs a pretty heavy rehab. I think you're not tremendously far, but I see at least like 20K rehab to get this thing livable, man. It looks like it's gonna need some substantial work. So you can't put a tenant in a property that's not livable. We were kind of talking about why seller financing isn't the move for distressed properties, but you have really good terms and a good location. You just can't put down 25. I think indefinite seller financing is fine, and we can try to shoot our shot at it if they've agreed to that offer. But my feedback on this is more of a fix and flip than a rental, and we have some good seller financing terms, but it's more of a fix and flip. So buyers are going to be like, okay, I put down 40K, and you're like, where's 40K coming from? Well, imagine your fee plus closing costs. They're putting down 40K on a 130K purchase. That's like, what is it, like 40%? It's like a 40% entry. So we're saying buy this distressed property, put down 40% when you could buy a turnkey property for 20% down. You understand? So the down
Mm-hmm.
payment's a little high. If you're going to do indefinite seller finance, I think we can bend the rules a little bit with a distressed property. But the reason that we don't seller finance distressed properties is because of the other types of financing available. The other types of financing available cover the entire purchase price and the entire rehab. Whereas here, sure, we've got seller finance in place and it's good terms, but I still need to come up with $20,000 just to get this thing rent ready. So before you can rent
Mm-hmm.
this out, you're looking at spending $60,000, $40K to buy it, and then another 20 to renovate. So $60K just to get this rent ready, and the entire property's worth probably $90K. So, you know, so we're overpaying for it, and the indefinite seller financing is desirable. It's desirable to have indefinite seller financing, and we could bend the rules for that. But we're bending the rules too far with putting down 30% with the seller on a distressed property. So it's. I would say if you must seller finance this, I would probably only be at 10K down, but it would still need to be indefinite seller financing because seller finance is not really a strategy for distressed properties.
Mm-hmm. That was my fault. I thought it was turnkey. I'm still new, so
It's okay,
it
man.
was only my first one.
It's okay. It's just look at the photos and you know, right? As we look around, and then we look at the back deck on the property, or the light fixture that's hanging out of the ceiling, or the plumbing that's jerry rigged, or the caulking, CAULK caulking. And then looking at the back of the property and that deck as well, many hazards. 20K is a low end estimate to fix something like this. I was looking at this as a fix and flip for like $50,000 or $60,000. So this is a pickle, man. It's a pickle, and I think that seller finance is not the right strategy for distressed property. But anyways, I gotta move on, guys. My foot is absolutely throbbing right now. I'm just gonna give away $20 on a wheel spin. I gotta head out. Pam, I'm happy to play with you. I can't really do anything. I could probably play with you in about an hour.
You got a PS5?
No, I don't.
Oh, dang. I don't know if it's crossplay.
I don't think it is. Yeah, it's an old one. I don't think it is. Well, text me. We'll figure something out. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we can play
As for
something else.
Clifton, Jeff is doing the documents, and yeah, I guess they're moving forward, getting it done.
Great news. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your help on that, man. I really appreciate that. That's such a massive benefit to me.
Send me the Georgia one.
Yeah. So that's 14 Villa Rosa Lane, Temple, GA. Maybe 1850 PITI, maybe $2,000 rent, maybe 5.65% rate, and I would pay closing costs on that.
Okay. Oh, one of those. Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's. I hate the location. Terrible location. 45 minutes outside of Atlanta. I would say it's not rural, but approaching rural. It's like kind of rural. It was a bad idea. Did we ever find out what the audience? Yeah. So guys, if you want to lean on me for credibility, the way to say that is, I'm wholesaling this house, but I'm in Richard Taylor's community, and I'm gonna send it to his team to dispo the deal. You know, you can say I partner with Grant and Taylor Properties on the dispositions of this. It's just you can't represent yourself as a member of my firm, right? Because you know that can get me in trouble, and it can get you in trouble. More importantly. Okay, so I gotta head out, guys. My foot is throbbing. I need to elevate and ice. Okay. Here we go. Here's our question for $20. I'm gonna do $20. I spelled that wrong, but what state is Mount Rushmore in? For $20, what state is Mount Rushmore in? Where is Mount Rushmore? Where is that? And Mount Rushmore is located in Keystone, South Dakota. Keystone, South Dakota. And we're gonna find that. Who said South Dakota? North Dakota, close, Sora. North Dakota, Washington, Soit, Dakota. I'll take Soit, Dakota. We'll take Soit, Dakota for Armando. Armando, do you have Cash App? Armando, come on up, man. Do you have Cash App? I got to get your information to get you paid, dog. You have Venmo and Zelle. Zelle works for me, man. We'll go ahead and actually Zelle makes me add a recipient. Can I Apple Pay you?
I don't have Apple Pay.
Do you have an iPhone?
No, I have Samsung.
Okay, no worries. No worries. Zelle's annoying because and my Venmo got restricted for some reason, but Zelle's an maybe Andrew can do. Hey Andrew. Yo, can you help me Venmo this guy? I'll pay you for it. My Venmo got broken. Sorry, guys. And then I'll send you money for gas too. How much you put in my car? How much you put in my car for gas money?
40.
40. Oh, that probably just was a drop in the tank.
No, it was pretty. It was like,
Dude, it'll suck down $120.
really?
Yeah. I just sent you the 40, but I'm gonna send you 20 in the guy's Venmo handle. Can you drop your Venmo in the chat, bro? Sorry, I would send that, but his
No, you're good.
all right.
Oh, wait, let me see. Armando? I think that might be a different one.
I'll get it to you. I just sent you the 20. Yeah.
All right, cool. Good looking out.
Is that going to be the accurate Venmo?
Oh, shit. I'll type it out. Yeah, that one.
All right, we're going to send it to that. All right, we're going to send it there.
Sweet.
Yeah, you can, Timothy. I just wouldn't rely on me being your credibility. I would try to establish your own credibility. You know, when I started this, Timothy, I was nobody in my family was in real estate. I knew no realtors. I had no money. I'm $45,000 in debt. And all I have is a phone and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I was still able to make it work just calling realtors. So, you know, I would I'd try to do the same, but you know, if it makes you happy to say you're doing acquisitions for my company, you can say that. You can say you're doing acquisitions for my company. I just don't want to cross the line of I am Richard's company because we had a guy on stage today that was like, you know, the contract is in Grandin Taylor Properties name, and I just don't. I want to avoid that, you know. So it's you understand where I'm coming from, right? Anyways, partnered is just yeah. What do you do in Portland when it's winter? All right, gang. I'm heading out so we can say we partner with you. You partner with me to get the deal sold. Yeah, paid you sent him a cent. Well, I'm sending you $20 or my assistant's going to send you $20. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to be live on American Dream Project tomorrow. We'll catch you all on the next one. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.